seems to still be lost in thought in what you said and kind of daydreaming and doesn't quite catch that you said, "What about now?" And then he snaps to it and he says, "Oh, um, what exactly? What exactly was that? What were you telling me of some kind of fantasy you have? Oh, were you coming on to me, young lady?"
Perhaps it's a little bit of both. Lower the price of the necklace and maybe you'll find out.
And he thinks about it.
You know you're going to have to put out, right?
What was that, Brax?
I said you know you're going to have to put out, right?
Not if Allie don't come back to this city. She don't, but he don't know that.
He says,
I do now.
He says, "Well, young lady, that can be a game changer, but you see, as you can tell, I am not a young man anymore, and well, I've been promised many things through the years. So I guess the price of this necklace really depends on what you can do for me in the here and now, doesn't it?" And he starts wringing his hands again and looking at you, very much staring at your breast now since you leaned over and showed him your cleavage. He's very focused on your chest.
I just want to say
Like-
I'm glad Rogar isn't here right now.
Rogar's apparently got a harem he's running around with.
Well, no, well, he's
doesn't do
playing
anything with
he's
that.
playing the whole jealousy game right now, and this would be
Horrible.
interesting.
Yeah.
The whole jealous game? What? He's got that Lions Guard lady after him.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
he's pining after
right
freaking
now,
Ellie.
he's kind of like playing up the thing with Lynn. Like,
He's trying to goad Allie into shit with him. And Allie's just like, la 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 la.
yeah.
At this point, the doctor girlfriend sticks her head out from behind her curtain, noticing
Hey.
y'all's conversation, and says, "Yeah." She says, "Hey." She says, "Got another fish on your hook, do you?" And he says, "Begone, woman, begone! This is not time for your trifling words." And she just kind of laughs and goes back behind her curtain.
She'll say, well, unfortunately, my time here is short. I have to leave to attend other matters, so I suppose your necklace and my words will have to wait.
Be that as it may not be here when you return.
Well, then that'll be a shame for you now, won't it?
It will, my dear, it will.
And yeah, I don't have enough gold to part with to buy that stuff.
Sure.
So I guess I am SOL, and she'll just have to leave and.
Hey, just FYI for everybody that's on listening, magic items are expensive as fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they are.
But I'm close. I'm at 300 and change. I just don't have enough, but that's fine.
Hey, whatever happened to Baby Groot?
Yeah, do I still technically have my baby Groot?
Technically, I guess, yeah.
I mean, she would have been like feeding it shit and carting it around with her.
Just like hiding in her backpack.
Well,
Probably
now, I
hiding
mean,
in
we
there.
do have an in-between game chat, and I don't remember you feeding it anything.
Oh my god.
You look in your backpack, it's just dead.
No! No!
Looks
Don't
like
do
you've
that
got a
to
new
me.
little bag of sawdust.
No, don't do that to me, my baby Groot.
It now looks like a desiccated twig.
No, it doesn't. It's alive. Fuck all of you.
You haven't given it any water.
Yes, she does.
Larry's like delusional. She's like, he's alive. He's alive. It's like obviously dead. Like he's alive.
No, he's alive. Fuck all of you. You're not killing my baby Groot.
I think we already did.
Nope, not allowed. I'll go back and get an army of them, damn it.
New
This
quest.
just
yeah.
makes me want to pat you on top of the head, be like, "It's okay, Laria. It's
Nope.
okay."
New
Nope,
quest. Find a high level cleric just to resurrect Baby Groot.
Hey,
Baby Groot's not dead.
out of curiosity,
Sure.
weren't you all into the plate armor? Ho ho.
I have plate armor.
Right. What did it cost you?
Did it cost me?
15
I don't remember.
Oh, I thought it was supposed
I
to.
He was making
assume.
private deals with Lynn when that happened,
Yeah.
so we don't know.
Right.
I don't remember if it,
You're trying to
I
play that
assume
way, man.
I'll like Hrogar will want to pay her back at some point if he hasn't already. Like, just tell me the price and I'll eventually do my best to try and pay it.
God, I'm looking at some of the prices of stuff here, and this
Yeah,
is
because plate armor is ass pensive. Like, it's bad. It's real
It's
bad.
ass expensive.
Yes, it's a very pensive ass.
Good to know.
Yeah, that's all I got. She doesn't have enough money to buy that crap. I was hoping she might be able to talk him down, but say lovey.
I'm not seeing prices though here. I'm looking at
For
I thought you said
what?
it's like 1,500 for plate
Yeah,
armor.
Yeah, plate armor is 1,500. Yeah.
Well, see, I'm looking at this list of magic items, and just kind of rare things and
Yeah.
and uncommon things.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at like the adamantine armor and the mithril armor, and
Yeah,
they're
so-
less than plate.
It's like that price added onto plate.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense. I'm like, because adamantine's only 500 gold,
Yeah,
mithril's
like
only
that
800.
wouldn't make any sense. Like,
Yeah, okay, yeah, that totally makes sense. The way you said it.
I mean, unless you want, like, I mean, I'm into it.
Jesus Christ, Elven Chain is 4,000 gold.
Yeah, it's kind of
Good
dumb.
lord.
Elven Chain's pretty good.
I mean, you are the DM. You are welcome to like change the prices of things.
I mean, I get that,
Just like give
I
us
totally get
stuff
that.
for free. Like...
but it can't be
right?
No,
can't
like
be too,
we shouldn't have anything at our level that's like anything more than maybe uncommon.
like Glassstaff's wand. I mean, not his wand, but
Staff.
his
He ain't glass wand, did he?
I'm seeing like wands here of web and magic missile shit. They're like 8,000 gold.
Yeah, they're strong, is what they are.
Wow, I never really looked at this stuff.
But yeah, 5th edition magic items need to be like much harder to come by.
Yeah, it's designed to where you shouldn't even have a +1 weapon until 5th level.
Yeah,
Right.
But
I have a +1
At the
weapon.
earliest.
I have a +1 weapon at 4th level.
Yeah,
do.
that's
Yeah,
cool.
you gave me that axe. Remember?
oh yeah, I did.
You,
Hey,
you were fortunate.
That's because you've got an extremely nice DM.
Yeah, that's true.
Actually,
That's
that
only-
was that
It does
weapon
bonus
was
damage against plants and shit.
that weapon was already written into the campaign. I wasn't being nice. That was part of the gear for wherever we got that from. That wasn't something I threw into the mix. That was something that existed in the campaign.
Yeah, Rogar got it, and then he gave it to Zeth because Rogar doesn't use axes.
I knew it was like some rusty dwarven axe, right?
Yeah,
Something like that.
I don't remember what it
Brax
said.
has a
though.
magical weapon, but it's no plus to damage or anything.
Well, it's
Isn't
+1. And
Rusty
yeah,
Dwarven Axe.
it's a
It's a +1.
It's a +1, and then it gets bonuses against plant life.
Right. It's good
I
at
can sit
chopping
there and
things.
chop the shit out of those little fucking Groots for days with
No.
plus damage.
I think, guys, I'm pretty sure Rusty Dwarven Axe is what I heard Amelie whispering in that guy's ear.
Yep. what it sounded like to me. All right, so
Wow.
you couldn't quite afford anything there that you wanted, at least, and you're done shopping there. Was there anything anybody else wanted to do before setting out on the?
Is there any beautiful woman at the inn?
Are there any beautiful women at the end? Not
Well,
really in the morning.
Is Ilaria there?
Fuck.
It was afternoon. We were about to leave. Why would it be?
I wanted to go slip a little bit of halfling in one of them if time forbid, seeing as how I may never come back. But if there's no good looking ones, then they're not worth my time.
So you want to put
Guys,
you
guys,
wanted
guys,
to put
guys.
a quarterling in them?
Hell
Oh
yeah.
my god.
Yeah,
Didn't
no.
we say
The only
we were
only
talking
woman that
about-
seems to be there at the moment is
I'm
Tobin's
good.
wife.
I thought
So
we were
extremely
trying to say
beautiful.
we were leaving,
We
like
are
when we got back to go to the cave.
Yeah, that's
what?
what we decided on last time, right? It's just like when we
Yeah,
started,
I-
we were heading out.
Yeah, that's
But
what.
Roach doesn't want to
Yeah.
die a virgin.
Oh shit! Roach is the big V.
Correct, sir. He's the last of his line. He hasn't really found anyone worth sleeping with yet.
Oh, poor baby.
It's okay. He'll
So
find somebody.
cute.
Hilaria, he's just trying to make you feel special because he's trying to bone you.
I do think that as fate would have it, he would actually probably stumble upon the chance, seeing as how he's always drunk.
Right.
Well, I mean, you kind of did, and then you just like got out of it real quick.
Right, but that was kind of frightful. And I heard I was supposed to see a forest, but there was only swampland. Remember?
Okay. So, was there anything at all anybody wanted to do before leaving town?
Nope.
I already said goodbye to Lynn, right?
I don't believe so. But is everybody even here? I didn't even ask that.
Yeah, we're
I'm
all
here.
here now.
Yeah, I think everyone's here.
Okay.
I haven't heard Emily.
I'm here.
Emily's jealous. All the guys are pining for her.
Hello, puppet.
Well, right now Emily is all depressed and pissed off.
Yeah, why would you want to pine over someone who's in a depressive state?
It's true.
She just lost one of the guys who she loved, who she cared about deeply.
Yeah.
That seems like weeks ago.
Well, it was.
Because
Somebody deleted the video.
Yeah, I don't know what happens. Just like it's gone. Makes me very sad.
And I didn't even download it first.
Brax, I will tell you this: if you get her drunk enough, she will do anything.
Oh
Ew.
God.
Well, I know I had the chance the other night, but instead, Brax actually considers her one of his friends, so he wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. He would protect her. That's just how the character portrays.
Wait, so Ellie's not a friend?
I wasn't advancing towards Ali. If you remember correctly, I've slept in a bed a couple of times, and I didn't make any advances then either.
He's right.
Yeah,
That's
well, what
true.
about Hrogar then? Why aren't you sleeping with him?
Rogar's a little bigger than Brax. He's afraid he might try to slip his way in, if you know what I mean.
Something tells me that Ho-Ho's hammer doesn't swing that way.
No.
I would hope not.
No, although he is definitely into, laying his hands upon people. But...
Yeah, no, realistically though, Brax he sees all of you pretty much as mates, and he wouldn't go there. He wouldn't disrespect anyone like that. Not taking advantage.
So he sees us as mates, not mates.
Right.
Got it.
All right.
Well, you gotta make fun, you fucking cheeseburger head.
We got about 12 miles worth of travel today. And
It's like half a day.
Did we even give a recap?
5 miles an hour. Yeah. Take about 3 hours to get there. No, nobody did a recap. Would somebody like to? It's worth inspiration. And Alaria, don't forget that
I
you
have my
have that.
extra.
You have the one that carries on for however long you want it.
Well, let's see. That morning, Ilaria and Zeth played the song. And then, Rogar had a lot of stew. We
mean, what's
wandered
new?
around town in different areas. Zeth almost got into a fight with 2 guards at the Townmaster Hall. We had basically a lot of character meetings going on between many different peoples in town. Went and checked. Zeth went and helped build on some of the manor up there.
We sent off a bunch of gold to back to Neverwinter.
To collect the chest of holding.
Yeah. We also all went down to Alderley Farm at some point to have some lunch.
A little get together and.
I've told Carp about Devitt's death and
gave him a toy.
Gave him one of the toys Dev wanted me to give to him.
But yeah, it was pretty much a run around town, get things done type of deal.
We got Gundren and Sildar ready.
Yeah, Gundren and Sildar.
Zeth helped with some of the manor shit. Because he helped fix the manor at one point.
Yeah.
Well, I said that because that's what
I missed it. Sorry.
Whatever happened to the fancy boots?
Yeah.
They're
they
probably
made
on
Sildar
Gil's
fly
feet now.
like a crackhead, and then.
Yeah, Gil, what up?
Yeah, they made Sildar fly.
Right.
Somebody said Gil?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
What happened to the boots?
Which boots?
The boots you got from
the magic boots.
You know the
probably
boots.
conveniently on your feet now.
Well, I'm just asking what happened to the boots because if you plan on using them at any point, and you didn't say that you put them on, then I'm not gonna allow that to fly, so to say.
But that's what they do.
No, I don't think I did put them on yet. I'm trying to remember. Was it today that I got them from him?
No. You wanted to bring them to Hrogar so he could read the bands, right?
No, what you said was you were going to give them to Roach as a tip for helping you get them off the man.
You technically got them today. We're departing mid-afternoon for the place.
I think didn't I tell Sildar I was gonna make them fit or something?
No, you totally said that you were gonna mend them for Roach.
Oh, well, you didn't say that either. But...
I remember.
But no,
you told him you're gonna do it with your goblin boots.
I think
real nice, like for him.
Yeah, I don't think Sildar wanted anything to do with the boots after you took them off.
Yeah.
No, he didn't. He was glad not to have them. He was fucking himself up.
Yeah.
But I do remember that they have some dwarven writing on them, and you wanted to bring them to Hrogar. I do remember that.
That is correct also.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not wearing them, though, if that was your question, DM.
That was the question.
You should be. Come on, you can fly.
I mean, they looked like they were kind of cursed.
Yeah, couldn't we, not get them off?
Yeah, it was, difficult.
So?
No,
why would you want to take
them off after some rubbish? But I would think any good enchanted item wouldn't want to be peeled away from its owner, you know.
How did we end up getting them off? I don't even remember.
You and I worked together, and we had to throw strength at it and fucking peel them bitches off. You got one, and I got the other.
Wait.
Okay.
Roach and Gil working together? That never happens.
Right? They're not a dynamic duo by any means.
So, inspiration. Yay. Yes, no?
Mm-hmm.
Who?
Does that extend to me? I pitched in.
Sure, why not?
Yes!
Alright. So, everybody set to head out?
Let's do this.
Ready to go. Ready to
We're gonna say it's about 3 o'clock, and I need to know the marching order. And
All right, but wait.
Seth was
First,
towards the front.
just so Roach can catch up to me, he's gonna smoke like a bowl or two of Kif.
Okay. Now, are you guys planning on traipsing over these hills, or are you gonna go between them and around? What's the plan?
Over the hills.
Can we see the map?
Unless we can go under the hills.
Are you
I'm
are
into
you not?
that. No, we're still on Phandalin.
Whoa! What did I just do?
Whoa, this place is dope. Oh, just kidding.
Wow.
We all seeing the map
Sword
now?
Mountains.
Magical cage full of hope and wonder.
See
I mean, what?
the hills. See, you could go over this hill, and go over this hill, and go straight to the
Yeah.
where the X marks the spot, or you can.
Unless we can go under the hills, I say we should go over them.
We can go around them.
It'll take longer to go over probably than it would around.
Yes, but if we go over them, then we can see the whole area
The hill
around us.
giant.
And we can see stuff coming.
Can you ping that again? I didn't see the hills you were talking that we were headed to.
Or can you see? Yeah, there's two of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, if we get to the top of the hills, then we have a good vantage point. We can see if anything is around us, heading our way.
You get a really good viewing of the hill giants.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh my god, why is everybody so huge? Always.
Come
every
here, Seth.
time.
Come here, Seth. Brr.
Every time. It never fails.
Oh, Gil's tiny.
Sure it does. And when it does, it's critically.
Not.
I see.
Can
what
you
did
guys
there.
not adjust the size of your tokens? I have
we
to do
can
that every time.
You have to do it.
Yes, we cannot.
You can change the default size though.
How's that?
Well, you just change the size and then set the new one as our default token.
I did that already, and it didn't seem to make a difference.
Oh, well, then I don't know.
Like, I'll do Gil and Zeth right now, since they're the two
Tiny
that
ones.
are,
We're the two halflings at the moment.
right. Okay.
Ding dong.
You like my ding dong.
I do. Hey, wait a minute.
Gil, so let me try Gil. Already brought it up, edited sheet. Move his default token.
So now delete it and then Gil pull it back on.
Pull it back on.
Well, yeah, once you have it set as his default token, delete the token that's on the map, and then Gil drag it back on.
Okay, go ahead and drag it back on.
I thought you would make us smaller on this map.
Mm.
Why would they be smaller?
Well, here's the thing though. If I make you
Yeah,
smaller
I
on
did
this
it.
map,
What the
if I
hell?
make you smaller on this map, that's gonna make you smaller on every map.
Why does mine keep freaking coming out small?
Well, because that's your default size.
God
See-
damn it! Then I
see
gotta
how-
go through his whole thing.
Yeah, see how Gil's is our size now?
Yeah.
Mine isn't showing a health bar though.
I know. I have to do all that because after I deleted your token, it
Oh, you done fucked up.
What were we doing
I have no idea.
for sight? Does anybody remember?
For what?
For
Oh,
sight, was it 180 or?
well, Gil doesn't have dark vision. Oh, you mean the angle?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Fuck.
It was
Like
just a little more than the
160?
half point.
I think it
Yeah, it was a little
130 or 160.
It wasn't
359.
130. or better yet, round up.
Yeah, and even 400.
Yeah, there
And
you
even
go. Now
400.
we're talking.
That seems legit.
2 pi.
Let me see, HP.
We good.
AC. B.
Also, I'm just gonna throw this out here. I don't think we need our name tags anymore.
We will always need our name tags.
Wait, who are you?
But then how am I going to remember who I am?
Right.
I'm this one, right?
Okay. Gil, no, I'm going to delete you, and I want you to drag yourself back out on the map and see if it comes out with all your stats and everything.
All I see is name tag. Yay!
Okay. Now, Zeth,
Victory.
I'm gonna just hold on for a second. Don't do anything yet. Okay. Now I want you to drag yourself out on the map.
There we go.
Hurrah.
Okay.
Except no name tag or health bar.
Yeah, I'll get all that. Now you don't have dark vision, right?
No.
I didn't think so. Okay.
Anywho.
Alright. So,
Marching order is normally Zethrin and Rogar up front, and then everybody else, whoever wants to go. Why the hell is my shit going away again?
I took it away. I want you to drag it back out and make sure it comes up stacked.
There we go.
Hurrah.
It did.
Okay. So everybody's right size. Everybody's got everything. We're
Yep.
good to go.
I say we
Alright.
go over yonder hills. Unless there's a cave and we can go under. I'd much prefer that.
I don't like caves. It's too tight.
Well, sure, for
Rogar.
someone your size.
Rogar, we could go over the hills, but I think if we go this way, we could take a boat to get there.
We're going over the hills then.
I'd say
I'll
over
smell
the
you
hills,
later,
we've got better
losers, if you want to
sight.
go on a boat. Better things to do.
Yeah, I was just trying to get your goat. We'll go over
Well,
the
you
land.
got it real good. Now, would you give it back, please?
'Cause you got it bad.
Oh, what was that? I thought I heard a goat around here. What happened?
All right. So marching order, guys.
Oh, right.
Like I said, Zethrin and
there.
Rogar up front, and everybody else following wherever the hell
Everyone
they
get
want to go.
behind me.
Well, I'm definitely not in the front.
Amelie and her wolves need to get back a little bit.
Go on, get.
Back.
Yeah, back behind Rogar and me.
Back.
No,
I mean, you're
further
you're
back.
kind
Behind us, towards
You're
Gil.
kind of squishy.
This is
So you
this, is-
probably
this is
don't
the
wanna be
front
at
of the
the very-
line.
Ah.
No
Yeah,
cutting.
You want to be like towards the back.
No cutting. How nice.
Oh, I almost forgot to ask. Didn't we level up last game?
Nope.
No.
Yeah, you didn't even have to ask.
Yeah, right? Level 5.
Wait,
You
only
totally
level
leveled
5?
up to level 4. You totally
Oh,
leveled
we
up to
did.
level 4.
Dope.
Yep, level 4.
Get to pick
You
out
guys
a feat. This is
Achieved
dope.
achieved level 4. You definitely achieved level
Over the hills and through the. What is this place?
Wait, so we did or we didn't?
No,
No,
we didn't.
we did not.
Oh, okay.
We will not level up until the end of the campaign. Of
Yeah.
this
Well,
campaign.
this module.
which once you finish what you're setting out on, that'll be your hallmark.
All right, guys, let's get through this quick. Need that level 5. Come on.
You're telling me. Come on, second attack.
Dude, I like double my spells. I'm so ready.
I don't
Come
really
on.
get much. I just get the extra attack, but for me, that's something.
Okay, so you guys travel. Takes you about a good a good 3.5, 4 hours. Sun's starting to come down. It's not dark by any means, but the sun is setting, and you come across a little ravine below the bottom of the mountains there, and just like your map shows you, there is a large boulder in the distance that you can see. It's very out of place. Almost sticks out like a sore thumb because
Is it in the shape of a thumb?
yes, it
Dope.
most definitely is. Of a dwarven thumb, nonetheless.
Oh, I don't know what I ever see it as.
I know. And
Also, I just want to say I'm keeping a close watch on Gundren. Like I'm never letting him out of my sight.
okay.
No, it's
same
not.
with
I obviously I trust him implicitly. It's just like I'm here to protect him. So I'm.
Gotcha. At the bottom near where this boulder is, there seems to be 4 guardians that are standing there. They're all orcs, and they're a little more heavily armored than you're used to seeing them. It seems as though somebody has outfitted them.
So the
And
orcs appear to be guarding this.
yes,
Interesting.
yes, guarding the entrance. It is currently closed off, but they are standing there, and they're in full plate armor,
No shit.
and they
How is
are
it closed?
the boulders over the opening.
Presumably, can't really see the opening. We just see the boulder.
Well,
Okay,
you were
I get it.
you were told that there would be a boulder there, and
Yeah.
the entrance behind the boulder.
Yeah.
And it is currently not open. And there are these 4 orcs standing there. Like I said, they're in full plate, and they're brandishing longswords. Which seems very odd to you because this is not the type of gear you're used to seeing.
On orcs, huh?
Man, if only
Yeah.
there were other people in this party who needed plate armor.
Hey, Gil, before we make any decisions, you mind loaning me a couple of your arrows?
What?
What? Why? I thought you had that shiny bow that every time you pulled the string back, some magic.
As Rogar was saying this, and Gil is reaching for his arrows, Roach pulls out the tiny vial, one of the tiny vials of the spider poison that he has.
Oh. Sneaky little bugger.
And he would definitely like to doctor the 2 arrows heavily with the vial of spider poison.
Well, it doesn't take much of the. I mean, when you did that, you took the gland, right? Like,
Oh yeah, he took a lot.
Yeah,
I took
you-
as much as I could.
yeah. You'll have tons left over. It's not. I mean, you can douse these things in that poison, and
Yeah, normally,
it's not
like
going to use it all up.
like a dose
many.
of a potion is normally enough for like a set of arrows, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're up on a hill. They're kind of downwards, right?
Yes. They're.
So
How far away are they?
You're looking at them right now. They're probably a little bit out of reach of your longbow.
Damn.
Because you've got Gundren with you, and you also knew exactly where the entrance was, like exactly,
You got Gundren and
due to the
Sildar.
info that you got from Rydoth. So you were able to spot these guys from a good long way. You'd have to move up. You'd probably have to move up a few hundred feet to even be within long range of your longbows.
So
we're
then they're
heck
over
of
eight,
far.
over 800 feet away. Then my long range is 600.
Well, then why did you say 800 feet?
Because you
Because
said
you
Oh,
said
because
we'd
you'd
have
have
to
to move up a
a
couple hundred feet.
feet.
Yeah, I was gonna say, about 3 or 4 football fields away. So that would be
Yeah, makes sense.
you're out of range. You're definitely out of
Yeah,
range.
we're definitely out of range.
So clearly nowhere near close enough to be making enough noise
what
for them
kind
to
of
know we're
terrain
here.
is it? Just straight up downhill towards the cave, pretty much? Is there any like tall grass or trees or anything?
There's not much vegetation where you're at. It's more so dirt, and I mean there is a tree here or there, but they're pretty small and scrawny and nothing you're really gonna hide behind. I mean maybe
Roach.
Roach, but he's probably the only one that that would have anywhere to hide.
Yeah, I want to see Seth hide behind one of those. You can't see me. Shh.
Now, if you wanted to come at a different angle, see, Rogar is the lead right now, and he's standing right on top of that hill. So I'm assuming that's where the party is,
Yeah.
and that's your marching order.
Yeah.
That
Okay,
sounds about
so
right.
now if you wanted to try a different approach than just straight down to them, you might be a little more likely to find something.
Kind of like that side or this
Well,
side.
if we were
Maybe.
shooting arrows at them, perhaps the extra downhill would add perhaps a little more power? Who knows?
Ooh,
Well, the
velocity.
archers need the higher ground because it's always stronger for a range to have the higher ground in battle scenarios.
As much as I hate to admit it, though, Zeth has a point there. I think we should keep the high ground and let them go down for an assault another way, maybe.
Us land people like me and you, Rogar, have to find a way around without alerting them.
Yeah. Well, that's I tend to not be very good at not alerting people.
What are we rolling?
By which I
here?
mean I'm bad.
About this time, when you guys are discussing this, about this time, you spot that there is coming from this direction through this little valley towards where you're at. You see like a small caravan, a very small caravan, coming through, and of goblins.
Mm-hmm.
Goblins.
Some goblin caravan. There's 3 carts. They're all 3 are being pulled by mules, and the carts are covered, and there are
idea.
Let him finish.
I heard
Sorry.
that light bulb come on.
I know.
Let him finish, Nick. First.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Each of the 3 carts are being controlled by 1 goblin, and there are give me 1 second here. And there are 10 goblins on foot guarding the caravans. With various weaponry, just the basic shit you normally see them having, either a short bow, a little short sword, something like that. Nothing special. They're not outfitted any better than than the normal what you would see.
Are they moving towards us, or they're moving towards the entrance?
Okay, they're currently about right here.
Okay, how far away roughly?
They're moving toward where the orcs are.
Okay, how far away are they roughly?
I'd say
they move any longer, like
they're probably about a mile out. Like the orcs can't see them yet, but you can see them because of your vantage point.
I say we take out those goblins and make the caravan into an ambush. Have the 2 smaller folks, no offense, cloak themselves. Take the carts closer with the archers inside, and bam, surprise.
I don't know if you've seen me, but I don't much look like a goblin.
That's why I said cloaked.
Can't
yeah, we can put you inside.
Bodies up there on the seat.
Also, it looks like there's a bunch of those goblins. What happens when we drive up with just 2?
Maybe some bandits took them out. You never know. Either way, we just need to get close enough to those orcs that we can just surprise them. We don't have to talk to them and say, hey, there's only so many of us because of this. We want to get close enough so the archers can start shooting from the back of the carts while the rest of us can charge up in there.
But why don't they shoot from up here? Seems much safer.
The range.
Well, sure, we can move a little closer.
We can. But
I don't see why we want to go all the way up to them for our ranged people to be fighting.
I think both of these are good ideas. We could use the carts to sneak the melee people up close, and then when we spring
Now
the
you're
trap,
talking. Maybe.
me and Rose pop out of
Yes.
the ledge.
Yes, we
Out
use
hell.
us as a distraction, as usual. And then, as they're distracted, that will give our rangers more of an advantage as they rain death upon them from the skies.
You get the feeling that you should probably trust what Gil's throwing out at you because he has a military background, and you feel that his strategy is coming from his years of military coordination. And
I was just saying that because I don't
am
know
I
if
not
anybody
saying
can...
the same thing?
I
You
know, I was
are, you
gonna
are.
say,
I'm just saying this because of that, I'm gonna give Gil inspiration because that really sounds like something that would come from his character.
So it's decided then.
But first things first, we should take all of us to get the carts. Then as we approach, me and Roach will peel off
I agree.
and get up onto the cliff and
I
get
agree.
hidden.
Well, okay, let's go.
So
We
what
gotta
do we...
get them before they're in range of the...
So what's the plan with the goblins then?
We're gonna have to head them off. We can't really...
Yeah, and we should try to get them when they're as far away as possible so as
now
not to let that skirmish spill over and draw
sure,
attention
but
to the dog.
am I gonna be charging headlong into them? I mean, that sounds pretty awesome to me.
We need to charge them head on, but from the front, because we do not want any of them running away towards the cave, while the archers and everybody else can hit them from the sides and the rear.
Yeah, we don't necessarily need to charge head on, but I agree with you. We got to make sure they don't get past us and make it to the entrance.
So we've got to be between them and the orcs. Got it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we need to do this sometime soon, or else they're gonna get into the range of the cave.
Can we see any sort of terrain that could possibly hide us, like down towards the direction of the goblins?
Well, I mean,
Like, is there a road?
No, there's not really a road. There's somewhat of a trail where you can see that it's been traveled quite a bit recently, which is basically the trail they're coming in on.
Yeah.
But going down the hillside, there are, you know what?
It's kind of hard to hide a freaking over 7 foot tall dude running down a hill.
It's also kind of hard to hide a dwarf
Yeah.
in full plate mail.
The side of the hill, as it's going down either direction, whether it's towards the orcs or towards the goblins, there doesn't seem to be much relief in the sides of the hills to really give you things to hide behind. It's not like a mountainside where there's jutting rocks that you can hide behind.
It would be hard to basically ambush them.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna be able to ambush them.
Okay.
I think they're gonna see you coming before.
Okay.
But
we can we can get between the goblins and the orcs without the orcs seeing us, right?
If you move now.
Yeah, let's go.
We're moving.
Let's go.
I think the only way that's gonna work though is that if you go straight at the goblins as opposed to trying to go down and get between them.
Yeah, but as we're going down, we're going to go straight at them, but we're still going to curve around towards the front, as we get to them, because we want them to stay in place. We don't want any of them getting scared and running off to, alert the orcs or whatever.
Right.
We don't want the full plan foiled.
Gotcha.
Before it even began.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's
So
moving then. He's going down the hill towards
Yeah.
the front end of that goblin.
Rogar's moving as fast as he can, but he ain't as fast as Zethrin.
so you're both sprinting,
Oh yeah.
and it's
Hopefully
just
the
the two
others
of you.
are paying attention to,
Brax is going to try and
I'm
just
going to.
move up right into range.
Gil's going to.
I mean, is there anybody who wouldn't go? We're all going to fight them, right? Nobody's not going, right?
No. Yeah, we all decided we were going to fight the goblins first.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So everybody's going. I mean, ladies.
Yep.
You're coming too,
Actually, Zeth, you have been used to having control over Sildar, correct?
Yes, I have.
Okay. I forgot how I gave you control of him, but I need to
Take that away.
to not have control of.
That's why I just threw him on there and it's kind of.
If you click edit on him, one of the rows should be, it can be edited and controlled by. And you're just
Right. I'm just looking for him. I don't remember where. He shouldn't be in the bestiary.
He is in notable NPCs, good guys.
Gotcha.
I got you, fam.
Appreciate you. Okay, and edit.
Oh, range 30 feet.
Controlled by. Boom. Okay. The reason I say that is I don't want you to control him anymore because him, he's kind of like kind of sworn to Gundren.
So he's not going to help fight or anything.
It's not that he's not going to help fight. It's that
Gundren comes first.
Gundren comes first. You know, if Gundren goes, he'll go. If Gundren don't go, he don't go.
Are they coming with us?
Yeah,
they've
they're
been coming with us. I mean, why would they? What, are they going to stand on the top of the hill and just watch?
I mean, you never know.
I
Probably.
mean,
The point is
when
for them to
it's
stay
last time-
alive. Like, makes sense that they'll stay alive if they don't fight.
You don't get the feeling that Gundren or Sildar are either one of those guys pussies. That they might not be
Well.
the greatest fighters,
What?
but they're not going to shy away from a fight.
Fair.
They're just not, you know. Gundren, you get the feeling that, you know, maybe in his prime he was a real badass, but that he's a much older dwarf now, and he's a businessman more than anything.
He's gone soft.
And the reason you know, that's the reason you guys were hired in the first place to escort his stuff is because you know, he's, like you said, he's gone soft. He's a businessman now, and although he whips it out when he needs to, for the most part he's just there. Sildar is his strong arm, and Sildar's an aged guy too. So
Sildar sucks.
you know, Sildar's kind of like his personal guard, but when it goes to doing things like what y'all are doing right now, y'all are the hired hands.
Got it.
It's okay,
So,
Sildar sucks at fighting. Anyway,
Okay, so they're probably gonna hold up at the rear of the party with the girls, assuming the girls are.
Yeah,
Or
I'm not gonna
hold-
run out there right at the front, but I mean, I'll
Okay.
Agreed.
tag him behind.
All right, cool. So, if you guys are sprinting, and you're in full plate, and you're a fucking almost a giant.
I am not in plate or anything. I do not have any armor.
I'm talking about Rogar. Rogar's wearing full plate armor,
Yep.
and you're just fucking giant. So there's little to no chance of the goblins not seeing you coming at you.
Well, maybe if you
Yeah.
try and roll down the hill,
So-
then they'll think you're just a boulder.
Can I? Is there any way that I could roll myself down the hill into the goblins?
Oh my God, goblin bowling.
Is
I
there
approve.
any way?
You
I've
know,
got
that actually
inspiration
sounds
for
really
this.
fun.
Roach's
awesome.
eyes light up.
I don't see
Zethrin
how
would
you
roll
do
him
that
too.
without getting hurt,
Zethrin
though.
would help him. He would fucking like take him and
Hey,
be like,
hey,
"Ugh."
I never said I didn't want to get hurt. I said I want to be awesome.
Zethrin would so help.
I
him.
totally get that. I just wouldn't know how to calculate any kind of damage that would happen to you on the way down, rolling down. It's a pretty good sized hill. not like a foothill; it's an actual hill.
Yeah.
I'd
So
say athletics, strength, and then con for the damage onto him or something. I don't know.
Maybe the the ground
Same as
rolls
fall
attacks
damage?
against me.
Well,
I don't
you
know.
roll a d20 to see how many times he bounces off the ground as he goes down. And then you roll a d12 to see how much damage he takes from each bounce.
Wait. Wait a minute.
God, that's gonna add up quick.
I think
He'll
maybe
be
a D4.
dead.
I think maybe a
There-
D4.
There's no way he's gaining momentum as he goes down. It's going to get harder and harder.
Yeah.
That's
true.
true.
It sounds like a
Probably-
bad idea. Let's not do
It's,
this.
it's gonna be
It sounds like an awesome idea. Okay,
We're
That's
gonna
already
be
definitely
dead.
Or at that
Yeah.
rate, if
Started.
it's too steep, then you can take down the d20 and maybe roll a d12 for both.
Yeah,
That's
oh
just
my
gonna
God.
cause more pain
So,
than it's worth.
yeah, I don't think I should try to do that. So
You guys
while
are,
I'm running,
you guys are
I
trying to do
trip.
stuff beyond my ability as a DM. You really are.
We just want to challenge you and test you.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
trying to help you grow in your
Make you be the
your
best
DM
you
prowess.
can
Oh, but Zethrin, yeah, he's already taken off. It's like
Oh yeah,
full
yeah.
fucking
Okay.
stride.
Rogar's
Long-ass
running
legs,
as fast as he can.
Okay, so Zeth takes off in the lead. Rogar decides he's going to throw himself down the hill.
No, I decided
and-
I didn't want to do it on purpose, so I'm gonna trip.
Oh God.
You're gonna purposely trip?
No.
Okay, so Rogar trips and begins to fall down the hill. I'm assuming since this is an accidental trip, you don't have any idea which direction you're aiming.
Right.
Really?
Oh God.
If you did it on purpose, at least you could try to aim yourself.
No. I let's just not go through this.
Really? Because I had a game plan already. If you want
Oh.
to do it.
Well, if you
Oh,
have a game
God,
plan,
no.
then I'll try to do it.
Okay. So Zeth is out in front of you,
Zeth
and
is moving
and
to
you're
the side
Zeth, you're
away
making
from
a
his
you're making a
ass.
beeline, right? You're making a beeline for the caravan.
Mhm.
Oh hell yeah! But he's also watching out for dumbass tripping behind him.
you hear rocks
He is
crunching
not a bowling pin,
under
okay?
metal.
He is not a bowling pin.
Well, you might be.
Can we
You're about to find
say
out.
that we're spaced out such that about the time Rogar and Zevith would get to them, they'd be about 150 feet away from us?
Sure.
I
mean-
want an athletics or an acrobatics check to this. If this
Realistically,
can
I
happen.
can shoot them way before that, but we can just wait until they're in range, and then so we're all kind of beginning combat at the same time, I guess.
Yeah.
Sure. So Zeth runs out in front and he's making a beeline for the caravan, and he really doesn't know what the hell Rogar's doing, so he's not looking back to
Oh,
see
he's
what's
always
going
alert.
on.
He can't be surprised.
It's true.
Well,
It's true.
Yeah,
He does
he
have
can't
the
be
He's not
surprised.
trying to surprise you. He's not
No,
trying to
no.
surprise you.
He's always alert.
You can be alert. Doesn't mean you have eyes in the back of your head.
I was doing behind his ass. You could hear
So
that shit.
Rogar said some witty catchphrase before he does this jump.
Oh God.
Which is what, Rogar? What's your witty catchphrase? That, you know.
Shit. Is what he yells as he trips.
He says,
Shit.
Shit! And he
Oh!
and before we get to anything, I want you to roll a d20,
A D20.
and this is for aim. And
Okay.
anything above a 12, you'll aim in the general vicinity of the caravan.
D20. Can I use inspiration for this?
If you have inspiration,
I
you do have
do.
inspiration.
I
don't you?
do.
Okay, go.
Yes.
I no longer have inspiration. D20.
You know what?
What?
Okay, wonderful. No, that's great.
Sweet.
You did fine. I was gonna tell you a particular thing to use, like athletics or whatever.
It's whatever.
I was gonna say acrobatics, but if it gave you a plus, but didn't matter.
Acrobatics gives me a
You nailed it.
minus.
A minus what?
1.
Okay, you're still fine. All right, so you manage to hurl yourself in the general direction of the caravan and to avoid running over Zeth. And all of a sudden, Zeth is his attention is caught by the clamoring and clanging of arms behind him as you bounce down the hill. And roll me a d12.
A D12.
And this is
Alright.
this is gonna tell us how
So
many
this
times
is-
you bounce.
So low is good on this one.
The lower the better.
Yeah.
So you bounce. So Rogar bounces 8 times going down this hill,
He's gonna
and
die.
and although like Brax said that his momentum would gain as he goes down the hill, and each hit would be harder. Actually, because he's going to bounce so many times, each one of them is going to deflect some of his inertia, and it's going to be around a d4 each time he hits the ground.
Oh,
So
Jesus.
go ahead and just, you're not going to roll it 8 times. You're just going to roll it once, and that's going to be times 8.
Okay.
This is so bad.
Okay.
Why did
I'm
you
good.
do
You're gonna get a
I'm
4.
fine.
You're gonna get a
Everything is
4
fine.
times 8. Oh my!
Everything is fine.
Damn.
Holy
So
It's okay.
considering
Still got
considering that's
health.
the case, as
How
he's hitting the
much
ground,
help?
each time he hits the ground, it like tosses him into the air as he's spinning through the air,
So this is what it's like to fly.
and he actually he does miss Zeth, but only because he seems to bounce over him.
Jesus.
And
Damn, you're bouncing fucking high.
right, and bouncing high.
going eight
I'm
foot
finally
fucking
as
tall.
high as Roach.
And
You're bouncing over 8 feet high off the fucking ground. Just
Yeah.
letting you know, you are bouncing high.
and now you've caught the attention of the goblin, and they've stopped. They've stopped at this spectacle, and they don't really know what the fuck it is. They just see this giant dude running and this fucking ball flashing down over him.
It's
Metal
they're-
ball.
I'm gonna.
They're absolutely taken by surprise. They're not attacking because they don't know what the hell they're seeing.
What the fuck?
They're just looking at it in wonder. It's like a spectacle, and they don't know what the fuck's going on. And they see that this spinning metal ball approaching them, and they're gonna brace. They're gonna kind of all get together, and the ones that are carrying
Can I start
short
shooting
swords.
them as soon as they notice this?
Please tell me I like land smack dab in the middle of him.
Okay, hold on. What was that, Gil?
Is he still moving?
Yeah, he's still. We're in the process of him rolling down the hill.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's describing
okay.
the tumbling.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought he'd already stopped, and you said that they're like bracing themselves. And okay,
Oh no.
No, they see.
They're
They heard
bracing
the
for
noise.
impact.
They see this. Yeah, they're bracing for impact. They see him coming, and you did fairly well on your aiming. So what I want you to do is I want you to roll me a d12.
D12?
I don't
Yeah.
want to be this guy, but he actually did shit on his aiming.
What? No,
Yeah,
no, I
16.
re-rolled for and got a 16 the second time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you just rolled the 3.
No.
No,
he
now I
a
rolled a
60.
3.
No, you're right. He did roll a 3, but he used his inspiration.
Okay. Sorry, I missed that.
Stop
It's all
being
good.
that guy.
Gil's like tuning in halfway through. What's going on?
All right. So they see you coming, and they all try to bundle up together. And the ones with the short swords, a few of them have shields, and they kind of just everybody gets together and they hold up the couple of shields that they actually have, and they brace themselves for impact. And when you hit, you hit 3 of them, and
That's just
you know,
amazing.
I'd have to say this does more damage than an improvised weapon, because you're literally using your body weight and inertia and the hardness of your plate metal and everything like that. We're gonna say it does a D8 of damage to these 3. So go ahead and roll me a D8, and those 3 goblins will get that.
I feel like this is more akin to a mall.
As opposed to
As opposed
airport
to,
or something?
like a sword, like a long sword, which would do a D8.
Hey.
Are you rolling yet?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Okay.
Oh God, really? You're doing a lot of damage there, Rogar. I think you did a lot more damage to yourself doing this than you did them.
This was a very useful tactic, I want to say. I'll definitely keep this in my bag of tricks for future use.
So the 3 that you hit, it did minimal damage, but what it did manage to do is to knock them prone. You knocked them off their feet, and they're laid back.
Yeah, 3 out of 10.
3 out of 13.
I want to
3 out of 13.
10 of them are kind of standing around the cart, and then each cart still has a driver sitting up on it, right?
Yeah, there was 10 on the ground and 1 on each of the 3 carts. So there was 13.
Okay, so of the 10 that were on the ground, 3 of them are prone.
3 of them are prone. and of the 32 damage that Rogar managed to take rolling down this hill, he caused a whopping 3 damage to the ones he rolled into.
Let the record show I still have health.
Don't forget, he also gave away our element of surprise.
I don't know about you, but I think they're pretty surprised.
Yeah, I guess they were surprised.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't have
also, when I finally get to my landing point and stopping, I want to basically just like try to roll like face down and pretend that I'm dead.
Oh God.
Okay.
I mean, you are practically dead, so I mean, it should be hard.
Yeah.
Gil is definitely not waiting for that to have any noticeable effect or anything before.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like for the future.
Ready to
Actually,
fight.
to be honest, because of this, this really big guy running down the hill, in battle mode, and this ball of armor rolling at them, they're pretty glued to these 2. The rest of you are coming down the hill, but just for a lack of, just because of their astonishment at what's going on, they really haven't noticed you guys yet.
See, I got you that surprise. You're fine.
Y'all are. I'd say y'all are still. If all of you were in sprint mode, I'd say y'all are still probably about 200, 250 feet out from them.
Well, then I'm shooting anyway. He went too early then, but that's just within range for me, so I'm going to start shooting.
Well, obviously that's going to be fighting, so.
I mean, we're not going to
initiative time.
Yeah, it's definitely initiative time.
Up or anything.
Definitely initiative time. But the good part about it is that
whoa, where'd my thing go? Somebody took away my initiative.
I did. The good thing about it though is that while they're poking and prodding at Rogar and paying attention to Zeth running at them, anybody who's ranged from behind who they haven't noticed yet will get a surprise surprise round on them.
Do you mean all the people that rolled last in initiative order?
Well, I mean,
Jesus.
they're
3
surprised by
natural
us,
ones.
so we all get a turn before they do then, right? Is what you're saying?
God.
What? No. Rogar and Zeth are not going to get a turn before they do. No, Rogar and Zeth are not going to get a surprise round attack on them.
Okay.
they're very aware of both of them, like extremely aware of both of them, extremely on guard. They're, but they don't notice the rest of you guys yet.
This is the worst initiative we have ever rolled ever. I thought I'd point that out.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is why I
This
took.
is impressive.
3
This is why I
natural
took
ones.
alert, because I get +7.
I
It's
rolled
like
higher
illness.
than 2 people. This is a wonderful day.
Oh my god. You're almost dead though, don't forget that.
It's fine.
Yeah, I know.
It's only like
Rogar's
3/4 of my health. It's fine.
And he's prone, so, Rogar's like fucked himself this first round.
Okay,
This might be
so
the second time that Rogar's tried to kill himself.
Allie's not
Alright.
close enough to resurrect you, damn it.
So, the rest of you that have range, that are, well, yeah, just the rest of you that have ranged. If anybody wants to take a free shot at these goblins, I guess I need to pull out these tokens.
Hey, Zeth technically has range.
Yeah, what do you mean have range?
He's talking about people with crossbows and shit.
Yeah,
Zeth has javelins.
Does that
I
have
mean,
range?
that's great, but you're not going to get a surprise attack.
Yeah, I know.
They see you coming from a mile
That's
away.
fine. That's fine. He doesn't even have a mount. He's got his axe and hammer. He's ready to hit.
For the
So
You know
you
what?
just mean everybody
thing,
but Gar and Zeth.
So he's
We're just gonna have to do this theater of the mind, because if I pull out 13
No,
tokens
no,
on this thing,
there's
it's
no
gonna
way.
be. Okay, so in the order that the turn order has you guys, those of you with ranged weapons that want to take your surprise attack, you're
Roach, Gil, Alley, then Almalay.
Yeah.
There you go.
there. You go.
If I might be so metagaming as to say, Brex, you probably don't need Hunter's Mark against goblins.
No, I realised that, but I was trying to read it
Ah.
and I just clicked it. So I was like, fuck it.
makes it easy.
I haven't actually casted anything yet.
Well, you're first, Roach.
Yeah, honestly, I want to shoot the first one that, the closest one that's on actually driving one of the cars.
At the front, the one that's at the front.
Correct.
Okay. All right, give me a roll.
Ooh.
That is a hit, and it's fatal.
Well, his body's so small, the arrow just kind of sinks straight through him and onto the wagon itself. Anyone else looking at him might have thought, oh, he fucking froze up and had a seizure or something.
And as the arrow finds its mark, the cart just seems to not move. It already wasn't moving, but it didn't. You didn't seem to spook the.
Horses.
Well, they're not horses; they're mules. But yeah,
No,
nonetheless, you didn't seem to spook that particular mule. And it's still sitting there.
Mules are just sitting there grazing.
And that's all I'm going to be doing.
Okay. So who's up next? Gil?
Yep.
So I take aim at the goblin who's sitting on the driver's seat of the frontmost cart.
That's the
And,
one he just killed.
That's what I just did, silly boy.
Use the hit the rear one. That way the
Okay.
middle one's boxed in.
Okay.
Just to be a little bit meta.
Then the guy at the back. Then I misunderstood which one you shot. The guy on the back cart. I'm gonna shoot that guy.
All right. See what you got. Definitely hits, and that's fatal.
All right. Yeah, he just goes tumbling off the side and lands on his face and is neck breaks as the rest of his weight comes down.
Oh, that's even worse. And totally was not. That mule was totally not spooked either.
These mules are just like, we're gonna eat. Fuck
Whatever.
Which it seems like we may have sandwiched the one
in the middle.
cart with a living driver in between two carts where the mules aren't spooked and there's no driver.
It would seem that is the case. Yes.
Okay. Perfect. I'm also going to keep approaching. I'm not going to just stay where I'm at. I'm going to try to
Continue
keep approaching at the same rate that like Rogar, or the same rate that Zeth would be, basically.
Well, they were sprinting.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm sorry, I can't run that fast, but I mean, I'm just going to keep approaching, just like they're still closing.
Sure. Yeah,
Max
gotcha.
distance. How far out are we?
You're about 220 feet out.
All right.
And Gil, even though your movement speed is only like what 30,
Yeah.
we're gonna give you a little bit more than that because you're moving downhill and you kind of it'd be like running with the wind to your back kind of thing. I'm gonna give you a movement of like 45. You know.
Okay. Now, what's done is done. But if we are 200 plus feet away, then Roach and I should both be attacking with disadvantage.
Oh.
Just telling you.
Longbows are like what, 180?
If we were slightly under 150 feet away, then we'd be okay.
Well, aren't longbows like 180? Something like that?
It's 150, 600.
600 is the impossible, right? Like, there's no way you can make a shot.
Beyond that.
Well, it'd be disadvantage.
Right?
It'd be disadvantage up to 600. Past 600 is impossible.
Then, right. But what I'm saying to the DM is, if we miscalculated and we weren't quite 200 feet away, but we're like 140 feet away, then what we did.
Well, that's for the inexperienced archer, but you see, I'm a sharpshooter, and I don't suffer from that disadvantage. I'm sorry.
Okay.
We're getting fucking wrecked.
DM's gonna murder us all tonight, guys.
The DM's just gonna be like, I'm gonna tack this up to y'all. Don't worry.
This Goblin King is now 20.
Okay, so Alaria, you're up next, and then Emily.
So if my range says 80, 320, I can shoot, but I'm at disadvantage.
Yep.
Correct.
Okay. So
and for the record, Gil, on your long distance shoot, you still met his DC. I mean his AC. You still met his AC, even with the disadvantage.
Okay. It would have been 15. Oh, sweet.
It would have been 15.
Now I don't feel bad. Phew.
And technically, you were still absolutely on point with that, and I wasn't thinking about it, but the whole point of Roach's sharpshooting feat that we've been working on with him is to get rid of the disadvantage on the distance. So.
Well, and I also took the feat sharpshooter as well. I just posted it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he got it.
Correct. That's why I wanted to start working on trick shots.
Oh. So even the working on it, you besides that, you still negated the disadvantage on the range anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking right.
Yeah, no, DM, you didn't do shit for that. He took that feat.
You did nothing.
Good God.
Alright. I'm gonna attack the dude in the middle cart then, I guess.
All the more reason for me I need to have disadvantage at this range, and he should not. So, to remind me.
Right. Okay. So, Allie, you're
Allie's gonna shoot at the middle cart dude and then continue down the hill.
Okay.
And misses. Well,
and you did.
I'm not even gonna. I should have rolled disadvantage, but I'm not even gonna bother unless that hit.
Right.
I mean, she
either
could
way,
crit
that would have been a fail.
You never know.
Yeah, roll it one more time.
God damn it.
Hey man, we have to live up to our name. Okay, you're good.
Oh.
Wow. Jesus.
Why didn't you roll like that in the first place? Jeez.
Shut up.
All right, so you loose your bolt in that general direction, and it sticks in the side of the cart, and he looks extremely nervous now.
Wait,
As
2020.
he's seen the guy in front of him catch an arrow, a guy behind him catch an arrow, and a bolt stick in the side of his cart. He's shitting bricks.
A
And
23 doesn't hit him?
No, she
No,
had
I had
it's a
a
disadvantage.
roll
disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, Emily, you're up. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna shoot my crossbow at the middle cart,
Disadvantage.
same as her.
Okay, and what did you roll? You got to roll twice.
I am. My lowest was a 17.
That's a hit. And
Holy crap.
what was the damage?
12.
12. That's a fatal one. Tell us how it happened.
As I'm running down the hill, I let loose my crossbow, and it just goes straight through into his skull, and he just falls backwards. I don't.
He didn't even fall out of the cart. He just.
Do me a favor and roll a follow-up d20 for me.
Okay.
And tell me what the result is.
10.
10. that spooked the mule. And the mule's going to try to run, but you guys were tactical about what you did, and you took out the front and the rear one, and he's strapped up to this cart, and he's kind of ramming into the cart in front of him. But you know what? Roll me one more d20.
Okay.
20.
You want above 10.
Nope.
9.
9. Okay, so as this mule is ramming the cart in front of it, it spooks the mule on the cart in front of him, and he's going to attempt to run as well. We'll get to that in a moment. As far as movement goes, because those mules are gonna try to use their movement during the goblin's turn.
Well, I'm gonna try to stop him during my turn.
But that ends the surprise round, and we will start off at the top of the list, which I believe, Zeth, you're first, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what is it exactly you want to do during your turn?
Zeth is gonna stop that first cart. Like, he's gonna knock out the mule. He's gonna do whatever he can, or kill the mule, whatever. He doesn't care. He's gonna try to stop that
And
first
Jeff,
cart, like that away.
You hear Gil shout, "Use one of your javelins to stop it!"
Well, he's already been up there, like running down the hill with Hrogar, so he should be up there with them by now.
Not quite. You're almost there. He bounced over you. His movement was much faster than yours because he was bouncing and all that shit.
I was bouncing
I
like the
should still
wind.
be close enough to use my movement to actually get to them. Big ass guy running downhill.
I mean, what's your
he's
movement
got
speed?
huge distance things.
What's your movement speed?
30.
So it's just standard
And
as
he took
everybody
off
else.
before Hrogar.
He did, and I'm giving you all of that in account. But you're still not up to them. I mean, we're talking about a couple hundred feet out. Even if I gave 45 because you're moving downhill, and let's say an extra 45 feet of movement to set off because you took off before anybody else, you'd still be a good 75 feet or so out from where they're at. Now, if you want to use your movement to move up, We'll give you another 45, so you're good. You're about 30 feet away. You're not within range of a melee attack. You're about 30 feet away from the head cart.
Okay, well, he's going to use his javelin then and throw it at the head mule. Take that thing out so the cart will stop freaking moving.
Okay. Give me an attack roll with your javelin.
And I do not have disadvantage on it.
No, you do not have disadvantage, and it wouldn't have been very high to begin with. You you definitely hit him. You definitely hit him. And I'm gonna say that didn't kill him because it's a mule. It's considerably larger than a goblin, and a goblin is 7. So I'm gonna guess the mule's somewhere around like 10 hit points. But he's wounded. He's wounded pretty badly, and he's not trying to run anymore. He didn't really get it.
throw your fucking spear between the wheels, not kill the mule. God damn it!
So you hit him, and he's just kind of like he didn't get a chance to move to run. He was spooked. He was getting ready to run. You saw that. You threw your javelin. You nailed him. And he's just kind of like laying there, slowly bleeding out, dying.
Well, that's fine, as long as the cart stopped.
Yeah, the cart stopped, and it also kept the one in the middle that got spooked from being able to go anywhere because he could bang into that cart all he wants, and that one's just laying on its side with the javelin sticking out of it. It ain't getting out of his way.
Yeehaw. Well, good. That's
Okay. And Roach, you're up next.
Also, for the record, a mule has 11 hit points. So
Hey, I was pretty close.
You did it pretty good.
So is it the rider on this one? Well, no, never mind. He's down. Fuck it. I'll take out the one closest to Rogar.
Okay, well, Rogar's kind of surrounded. He hit a group of them that bunched up together to brace for impact, and it knocked 3 of them down. But there's still 7 of them standing there, like right next to him.
Then the closest one to his left.
Cool. How about it? That's a hit, and it's fatal.
It just tears through his little goblin body, and as it does, he spins just, oh so dramatically and falls dead.
He's like, ah!
He even let a gasp.
Right after he hit the ground. He's like, ugh.
And seeing as how they're not moving, neither am I. And on to the next one.
You're not moving. You're still a little ways out. You're not gonna get closer.
The goblins aren't moving, are they?
Not yet. It's not their turn yet.
It'll be
I guess
their
I
turn
can take my
after
full movement forward a little. I really don't want to get too close.
Okay. Well,
He wants to be on top of that hill.
you were at about 220 feet. If you didn't move this turn, you're still at 220 feet.
Right, no, that's what I'm saying. I'll go ahead and walk out my movement.
That's
Okay.
a good distance for him, though.
But I'm a small one, and my movement's only 25 foot.
Okay, so we'll say you're at about 190. Actually, you know what? You're going downhill. I'm giving everybody a little bonus, so we'll make that 35 feet instead of 25. So you're at about 190 feet from him now.
Works for me.
Okay, and the goblins are up. And by this point, with all these arrows flying at them and some of them dying and all that, they're definitely aware you guys are there now, beyond just Zeth and Rogar. And although they see all of you guys, there's only 3 of them, and one of them was knocked down. So there's literally at the moment only 2 of them that are standing that have bows. And those 2 are going to they're going to attack at you guys, and the first one is going to go.
Gotta be heavy disadvantage.
The what?
Oh, the goblins.
What
It's a
did you say
10.
though?
I'm just thinking out loud. That should be like heavy disadvantage, 1 range, and then 2 they're shooting uphill.
I can see it.
Just regular disadvantage.
Yeah, they don't.
Well,
stand out.
They're gonna shoot at the 2 largest ones that they can see, which would be I guess Gil and one of the girls,
How's that?
because Rogar's on the floor in front of him, and the guys who use melee are going after him. Roach is pretty small; he'd be a smaller target, and Zeth is already coming up on him, and some of the melees are gonna worry about him. So for ranged, the 2 one's gonna shoot at Gil, one's gonna shoot at Emily.
Dang it.
First one's Gil, second one's Emily. And it is with disadvantage, both of them. And the one that shot at Emily actually hit. And you're lucky that he had disadvantage because it would have critted on you.
Oh, damn.
So he got you for 4 points. 4 points of piercing, hun.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. Now we've still got... We've still got 5 standing with melee, and 2 of them are going to attack Rogar because he's grounded.
They
So-
will have advantage.
They will have advantage.
Wasn't there a ranged one about to attack me?
He missed.
Yeah, he missed you.
Oh, I didn't even hear that. Sorry.
Yeah, I didn't say he missed. I just thought you guys saw the roll in the chat.
No,
No, I didn't see any rolls.
Yeah, we can't see your rolls.
Yep.
Oh shit, that's right.
Earlier we could see them, but I haven't seen any attack rolls in a few minutes at least.
No, we can't right now. I don't know. It's probably just not enabled
Okay,
to where everybody can see it.
2 scimitar attacks. I'm sorry, 3 scimitar attacks, and with advantage, and still none of them hit.
Also, I don't have my shield right now, so it would be 19 AC.
They definitely did not hit.
Sweet.
Out of all
Apparently.
3 of those attacks, with advantage, the highest roll was a 14.
Nice.
That's not even enough to hit Zeth. Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, also his bow sack is out, and that's like -5 AC.
The what?
I'm just kidding.
Oh!
Rogar must be rolling around pretty good over there. He's like sitting there going, oh.
You
Now
know it.
the remaining 3 are going to attack Zeth. And they do not get advantage. But one of them critted, and one of them got a 17. Does the 17
missed.
hit?
Yes.
Okay, I'm assuming the 14 missed, right?
Yes, it did.
Okay. The first was a 14, the second was a 24, and the third was a 17.
The last 2 hit.
The one that critted on you, he got you for 7 points of slashing,
Okay, that's fine.
and the one that was after him also got you for 7 points of slashing, but he just did better on his damage roll.
That's fine.
You know what I mean? It ended up being 7 anyway, but the first one was only a 3 plus the 4 for the crit. So it's a total of 14.
Ah, that's fine. Zeth has a
And-
shit ton of health.
Rogar is up.
Rogar has to get up.
You mean he's not
You're
last?
right.
Can I try to play dead?
Oh, God. Really? Really,
You
Rogar?
know what? You can play dead, but they're like beating on you right now.
Okay, so it wouldn't help at all. Got it.
They're beating
Yeah.
the dead fish, okay?
Okay, all right. Well, in that case, I wanna pick up my shield and kind of like prop myself up, and just like bellow to the sky, and then whip my warhammer around and try to hit one of them.
What are you bellowing to the sky?
Vermont, how we're doing?
Zeth's sitting there going, Rogar, shut the fuck up. We don't want
No.
to spoil our surprise.
I just threw myself down a mountain. I ain't about to be quiet.
You definitely hit the one you aimed for, and it's fatal.
So you just like brings his warhammer around so fast it like catches him in the head and just like keeps going. Like he's like stuck to my warhammer for a bit, and then I like finish the swing and he goes flying off into the down the trail.
You know what? Roll me a d20.
Oh God.
Oh come on,
You want above 14.
dope. Hit. Oh, I saw the 17.
Okay.
Rolled
Well,
away.
what you said happened is exactly what happened.
Dope.
If you would have rolled above, your Mordhammer would have heard your call and would have aided you in striking a second opponent.
Nah,
Damn.
I'm good. I'm good. Although it
Okay.
would have been cool for Gil to see that, but you know.
Yeah, that would have
Right.
been pretty badass.
Right. Okay. Was there anything you want to do movement
Wait,
wise, or
Gil
I
didn't see
used my
that? What do you
movement
mean?
to. No.
no. Gil saw what happened, but if he would have rolled high enough,
Okay, good.
Mordhammer Duin would have heard his call for aid, and when he did his strike, he would have hit two of them instead of just one of them. It would have aided him in his attack.
God, I thought you were saying that Gil didn't hear. Gotcha. Okay.
No, Gil totally saw him call
No,
for
Gil
Mordhammer
did. I was
Duin,
in the middle of typing Gil's reaction when I heard that. So I was making sure Gil did hear.
and his pants tightened. All right. So, was there anything else you wanted to do, Rogar?
Not unless laying hands upon myself is a bonus action.
I don't
movie-
believe so.
It isn't.
That's a shame.
No,
'cause
it's
you should
not.
really try
Yeah.
that.
No, then I'm done.
Okay, Gil,
Well, he
you're
has
up,
a shield
and
now, so
Gil, you're up, and Ilaria follows.
I'm within 150 feet now, or I'd have to move before attacking to be within 150 feet.
You were at 220. You moved 45. So that'd be 20, 75, 170. You're at 175 now. Before you, at the beginning
Okay,
of
I'll
your
go ahead and move up so I'm within 150 feet then.
Okay.
And so the situation hasn't changed too much, right? The front cart is still in
stuck.
place.
The cart in the
But-
front, the mule is. By the time the turn comes around, it'll bled out. It'll be dead. The
Right.
mule in the middle is freaking out. The mule in the back hasn't moved. He just doesn't seem to really give a shit what's happening. All three of the drivers are dead, and
The
2 of the
carts.
10 that are on the ground are dead, and that's what you're looking at. You still got 8 on the ground. 2
There's
on the
still
ground are
8
dead.
alive.
Okay, there's 8 on the ground that are still alive, is what you said, right?
Correct.
Okay. Well, I'll shoot the one that I guess is the one that's furthest from Rogar.
The furthest from Rogar. Okay, kind of like towards the back of the line.
Yeah, I want the ones that are closest to him. I know he'll take care of them. I'm trying to pick off the ones that are furthest from him.
Okay, cool. Ooh, wait.
Why
Do
did
you
they
have
put
it set to just roll with advantage all the time? Is that kind of how you have it set?
I get well.
You can click that on the
Yeah, here
character
I will
sheet.
switch that off. I had it toggled to advantage, but anyway, 23 was my roll.
Right, but
So it would just be 7.
because
Well,
it hit the
it's
crit,
doing-
that +5 is negated, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
That's correct.
7.
Yes, it's just
Okay,
7.
that's still fatal. That is you hit the exact number you needed to take him out.
Okay.
Their hit points are 7.
Okay, I'm gonna continue. I'm basically like trying to move towards Rogar and just taking him out as I'm going. That's what I'm gonna keep doing.
If you use the full bit of your movement, with the advantage for going downhill and all that, you'd be at 130 feet.
Okay, then that's what I'll do.
Okay. And does that conclude your turn? Hello?
Yes, I'm done.
Okay. Ilaria, you're up. You're moving
I'm
with
gonna-
everybody else, right? So right now, at the beginning of your turn, you're at 175 feet.
But you can move
and-
roughly 40 or 45, so you might, if you're not in range of some ranged attack, you might be able to get in range on this turn.
No, I'll have to. I think I'd have to sprint, and that still puts me 10 feet short of in my crossbow range.
What is your crossbow range?
80.
320.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
If you sprint right now, you would get
About
to
90 feet.
45. 45 is 90 feet. 90 from 75. 15. You'd be at 85 feet from them if you sprint.
Yeah,
Well.
I'm gonna sprint so I don't have to shoot at disadvantage.
Don't
And
you
then
have
my
some kind of
next turn
magic or something you could use at this range?
Most magic is like shorter range than that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like
No,
60 feet
and
at the most.
120 is usually the highest
Yeah.
range, but I don't have a heavy amount of attack spells. I have her geared more for healing and support.
I got you.
And
So
I don't
yeah,
need
I'm just
that.
gonna
I'm
I'm gonna full out sprint, and
Okay.
then I will attack on my next turn.
Who
Okay.
did we lose on our sheet? Somebody took off.
Emily, you're up. What you planning?
Alright. I'm gonna shoot my crossbow at. Sorry.
At what?
Sorry, it's reloading.
Oh, you had to reload your screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry guys, I do apologize. I've been having some problems with my laptop lately, and that's what she uses to play, so.
Oh yeah, I blame you.
You're fine.
It's all his fault. He's the computer tech in his house.
Well, aren't you
Okay.
screwed?
I know.
Pretty sure she was gonna
All
be
day, every day.
anyways, but I mean,
Alright, so you're back up?
Yeah, I'm back up. I wanted to shoot my cross.
And you're not gonna move? You're just gonna shoot from where you're starting?
I'm gonna move a little bit more, but right here.
Okay, so I mean, are you moving your whole movement? Are you moving before you attack?
I'm moving as I attack.
I mean, you're making this very difficult for me.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so you're
I'm
using
just
your
moving
movement, right?
half. Yeah.
Why would you? Okay, whatever. You're moving half. That's fine. Go ahead and attack. You're at a disadvantage. So either set it to disadvantage or roll twice.
Why is it not doing it? Hold on. Sorry. I guess since it reloaded, it didn't work. Okay, so. There we go.
And you miss.
Damn.
And since you only used half your movement, we're gonna say you moved 20 feet. So now you're at 155 feet.
Okay.
Okay. Zeth, you're up, followed by Roach.
Woohoo! I can reach the very. I want to move towards the front goblin. Close range this time. 'Cause I only had, 30 feet left?
Right.
Yeah, so I'm going to go to the frontmost goblin towards the front of the caravan. That way we don't have any stragglers taking off on us. And I am going to smack him.
You're just gonna hand-to-hand him?
No,
Just
I got
slap him
battle
across the
axe
face.
and a hammer.
Hey, you totally miss.
Jeez. Can I use my inspiration?
You can.
I shall do that.
Much better.
All right.
And assuming
Tell
that's
me how it goes down. Because that's fatality.
he swings his axe and just completely lops off the head of the first goblin he gets to, and just completely lops it off. It's rolling on the ground towards the dead mule.
All right. Now,
And is there
and then what?
another? Is there another goblin near that first one at all, or?
Yeah, they're kind of grouped together. You had to run up by where Rogar's standing
Okay.
because
Because I still have a
Awesome.
second attack pretty much.
Thank
So I just use my warhammer to hit the next one.
okay. Okay.
And yeah, that one's pretty much just gonna smash the goblin down. Like it was a freaking downward swing, so he's pretty much smashing his head into his shoulders down into his ass down into his feet, and it's just pretty much a crunch.
All right.
He turns into a puddle of broken bones and green mess.
Gotcha. Anything else you want to do during your turn?
That is all I can do.
Okay. We're gonna proceed on to Roach's turn, but real quick, with all that badassery of chopping the one dude's head off and coat canning the other one, that would have been an opportunity for you to do something like intimidate the shit out of the rest of them. Just throwing that out there. You could get people to cower and give up and shit like that in this game. You don't have to murder everybody.
You don't have to kill yourself
Well,
to do it.
normally Hrogar has the intimidation factor covered.
Right?
Yeah,
I get it.
Like I said, you don't have to kill yourself to do it, but it helps.
It does give it that lethal weapon element to it. All right, Roach, you're up. What you gonna do, buddy? You have
All right. How many?
6 left.
How many are standing in the vicinity of Zeth? Oh, well, actually, he never made it straight in the face, did he?
No, he's down there with Hrogar. He's next to Hrogar, pretty much.
All right, then the one closest to Zeth on his right side facing him, I'd like to take a shot at that one.
Okay.
Pretty much all the goblins are bunched up by Zeth and Hrogar.
Now, quick question for you. I'm gonna assume you used movement to get up closer, so that you're within your 150 feet.
He's sharpshooter.
No, not necessarily.
Oh yeah, that doesn't matter. But the question is, are you using anything else? Did you have something going on that gave you some kind of plus or advantage to that 12?
No.
Okay, that's a miss.
Roach missed?
I know.
Holy shit.
Is there anything else you want to do?
How much does it take to hit him? What the hell did I
15.
miss? Oh, okay.
Does this one look different or something?
No, he just missed.
Said something about his mom. I heard it. I'm right next to him. I heard
it. That's one for the Chronicles. Roach missed.
Yeah.
I know.
All right. Was there anything else you wanted to do during your turn?
Nope, that's it.
Okay.
What am I
the
missing?
goblins.
I'm confused. Why did he miss?
He rolled too low.
Yeah, he rolled too low.
He just missed.
What was the AC?
15.
Okay.
Everybody's been rolling higher than 16 on their attacks.
Yeah, they're in leather armor with a shield. They're
I could have sworn
AC
someone
15.
hit earlier with 11.
I thought I hit with an 11.
I thought you did too.
I don't think
I
so.
don't think he did.
Amelie hit with a 25. The 11 was under it.
I hit
Rogard
with
hit with a
15.
15,
Yeah.
but he had 11 damage.
Well,
It doesn't matter.
Gil, you rolled a 21.
Yeah, I was gonna say you rolled a 21 and a 15.
Yeah, I don't see any 11s.
All right, I'm tripping. I must be thinking of the health or something.
You did. One of your guys did 11 damage,
Yeah, and then the mules are 11 health.
and Emily rolled an 11, but she missed.
Okay,
Yeah,
I got it. My bad. I'm mixing up like 3 different things. I apologize.
Okay, so there's still 6 remaining on the ground, and they're all kind of clamored around Rogar and Zeth, and they're gonna go 3 and 3. First 3 are going after Rogar.
Yep. Oh, and my shield's back up, so I have 21.
Oh, when did you say your shield was back up?
When I
He
got
picked
up.
it up whenever his last move.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why.
You
That's why I
said you
used
picked
my
yourself
Warhammer.
up with your shield.
Yeah.
Okay. First one missed. Second one hit you because he critted on you.
Ooh.
Third one missed. And the one that critted on you that actually hit you, he did 4 damage plus 4
So 8.
for the crit, so a total of 8.
Still good. Still up.
Oh Jesus, man, your
I'm,
health is
I'm
damn
okay.
down.
Everything is fine.
And the following 3 went after Zeth, and they rolled a 13, a 19, and a 20.
All right, 2 hit.
The 13 failed. The 19 got you for 3 points of slashing, and the 20 got you for 5 points of slashing.
Okay.
And they are all going to try to run.
Oh hell no!
Yep, they are,
Do
and
we
they're
get
all.
attack of opportunity?
You will get an attack of opportunity. You will each get an attack of opportunity on one of them.
Did any of them hit? What's his face?
Yes, they hit me twice.
Okay. Yeah, never mind.
All right.
Yeah.
You might as well just stay put. You're too weak to take any hits.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm still gonna attack with my Warhammer.
Yeah.
Okay. All 6 of them are going to try to run towards their destination, and both of you need to roll an attack of opportunity roll on one of them.
Yep.
You both take 1 out.
Dope.
But there's still 4, and they're sprinting. They're not just using their regular movement. They're getting the fuck out of there.
What's their dash movement?
60.
Okay.
But those of you with ranged, you can still see these guys. They're not going to get out of your range too horribly quick. It is Rogar's turn.
And you said they're 60 feet away?
They're 60 feet away.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Sleep on them.
Okay.
Nice.
So, how the fuck does Sleep work? I need to roll 5d8, but for some reason it's not rolling it for me. Oh, it is. There we go. Level 1. Haha!
Holy crap.
So, at least one of them is asleep. It has to meet their current health.
Well, none of them have 17 health to begin with, so why would it only be 1?
Right.
Well, no, this is the pool. So it'll subtract however many it's using, and it is their current hit points.
Okay.
Well, none of these have been hit yet.
Okay.
And there's 4 of them.
Yeah.
And if it goes by their health, 17 will take 2 of them down.
Cool. I'll take it.
There we go.
Which ones are you targeting?
The ones who are furthest away.
The front 2?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So the 2 at the 2 in the front, all of a sudden in mid sprint just fall out. And The two behind them
Oh, damn.
trip over the two in front of them
Yeah.
and fall prone.
That's what's up.
So 2 of them are asleep, 2 of them are laying down, and that's what you're looking at the moment. And it's, unless you're gonna do something else, it's Gil's turn.
I'm gonna move as far as I can toward him, so 25 feet,
Okay.
and then I'm done.
All right, Gil.
Okay, out of game question, real quick.
Sure.
Hopefully, this isn't a stupid question. Does any of us have a way to talk to them?
Well, presumably they might speak common.
But if we give them a chance to get up, they could still run away.
But do they? That's what I'm asking. I guess in our experience, do they speak common? Some of them do. Like,
I think
what's
most
his name?
speak common unless they just don't speak.
But goblins generally do speak common, right?
Correct.
Usually, yes.
Okay.
Well, I know Willie does.
And if they're taking off towards the orcs, if you try to speak to them, they could. The orcs could possibly hear.
Yeah.
Correction.
That's a long.
Correction. Roach. Willie did speak English. He did speak common. He no longer speaks common.
Droop definitely spoke common.
Yeah.
Yeah, Droop spoke common, but Droop dead.
Droop did.
Droop did.
But okay, I just wanted to make sure that if we wanted to talk to them, we could. Okay, so the furthest most away from Rogar and furthest down the road, there's 2 that are laying on the ground.
There's 35 feet in front of Rogar. There are 2 that are asleep and 2 that just tripped over them.
So
Okay, so they're all 4 laying on the ground, but 2 of them are asleep and 2 just are prone.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, so I was 130 feet from the melee, I believe.
Correct.
So are they like 140 feet from me now?
They're about 150 foot from you now because it's at a diagonal and they ran away. And they did get 60 feet away, but it's at a diagonal from you, so it's less. We'll say about 160 foot.
Okay.
But you're still on the hill, so if you move down, you can use 45 feet.
Yeah, sure. I'll just move to where they're in range, and one of the 2 that tripped and fell but isn't asleep, I will shoot with my longbow.
All right. What'd you roll?
28.
God, 28?
Well, he rolled a 19.
Son
Got a
of
28 with a 12 damage.
They're prone though, so you would have disadvantage, unless you have something.
No, they would have.
Thank you.
No,
No, he's right.
Ranged attacks
He's
have
right.
disadvantage against prone targets.
It would be disadvantage. So I'll keep that damage roll, but let me roll one more d20.
I bet you will. Oh.
So
12.
21 total.
Definitely still a hit because I didn't even add my modifier. It would have been 21, yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Plus
Okay.
9.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous.
So as soon as that one lands on its face in the dirt and then pulls his hands up next to his head to like do a push up and stand up, he just gets pinned. Like then arrows goes through his ear and just sprouts out his nose and pins him to the dirt.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah, good one.
And I will move closer towards them with what's left of my movement, but
Sure.
I'm not going to shoot again. So there's still 1 awake and prone over there.
Okay. And Larry, you're up, and Emily follows.
Alright. My little crappy ass is gonna go. Shit, they're out of range again. So I'm just going to risk it, and I'm gonna shoot the closest one to me. Like, how far away is that one?
Shoot the awake one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, pay attention.
I mean, you have disadvantage because of the range, and he's also prone, but you only get disadvantage once.
Yeah,
So
they don't stack up.
single disadvantage.
I mean, I guess. Alright. I'll shoot the awake one. See how bad this goes.
Crit fail,
Shut up!
crit. Actually,
Damn.
Damn, girl!
Nice.
Woo!
I mean, I won't protest that.
Tell me how it goes down. That's a fatality.
It,
Well,
they're
they're
technically running away, right?
Yeah, but he tripped and fell. He's on the ground.
He was laying on his face trying to
dude-
scramble back to his feet.
The dude turned and looked up
My drink.
around, the arrow shot through his ear and came out the other side's eye.
Oh. Excellent.
So that just
And then
leaves
I'll
the two
just keep
asleep.
running down.
How long are they asleep for?
A minute.
All right, so that's the only two that are still alive, right? They're both
Yeah.
asleep.
Yep, they're both
Yeah, the
asleep.
other two are asleep. So we're
We
officially
can
out of
all close
combat.
in and surround
Well,
them.
Zeth's gonna walk up and grab them and drag them back towards the freaking carriages.
Okay.
Start.
Sounds good.
Okay.
He is like holding on to both of their fucking arms and just dragging their asses. Actually, no, their throats. One for each hand. They're light as fuck, anyways.
Okay, so you drag them back to the cart area,
Yo,
and what? What do
As
you guys
soon
do?
as soon as I'm sure that he has a good hold on him, I'll drop the sleep spell.
oh yeah, he's got a hold of their necks. He's got them both against the cart, like their backs toward the cart's lid or whatever the hell. He's just holding them up there.
Okay, you still got that one mule that's fucking trying to buck and go crazy in the middle. Just throw it out there.
Well,
Wait, is
somebody deal with it.
is the one mule that was bleeding out, is it still alive?
No, it's dead.
No,
Oh,
dead.
I am filled with sadness.
Okay, but you want to deal with the mule that's kicking?
I don't have animal.
He's like,
handling.
no, not really.
It's alive. I
way.
don't care.
You want to grab?
That's-
You want to climb down
I wanna go up and like release it from the cart, and then like, hopefully it doesn't like
Wait,
kick
wait,
me
wait,
or step on me.
What
No,
the?
wait.
What? No, no, no.
Don't let it go. No. Stop.
Huh?
Look, these mules might be used to go back and forth from the entrance to wherever they came from every day for who knows how long. You let that mule go, it might run right back to the entrance and give away the fact that we're coming.
You make a good point.
Amelie, can you come over here and calm down this mule?
Sure. I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna speak with animals.
Okay. So,
Are you casting it as a ritual? Or are you just casting it?
well, if you did it as a ritual, how long would it take?
10 minutes.
You want to do that while they're handling the goblins?
It's
Yeah.
really just you save the spell slot if
Yeah.
it's been 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Right.
It's basically
Yeah.
what it is, yeah.
I'll go ahead
But
and do
I
that.
don't know. Okay. Well, all right.
I don't know how this mule's gonna be like bucking for 10 minutes, but you know.
That means for the next 10 minutes, like, we should try to, like, you could at least
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna use the spell slot.
That way it's faster. And while she deals with the mules, maybe y'all can come do whatever you want with these goblins while Zeth's holding them. Pinned against a freaking cart.
Alright, hold on for a second.
So I elbow Rogar in the shoulder, and I'm like, so what is it exactly we think we could find out from these guys?
I don't know, but I'm very curious as to why there's a bunch of goblins and orcs by the entrance to this cave that no one
Such
else
as-
is supposed to know the location of.
How about this? Before we start asking them questions, maybe I ought to take a peek in the back of these carts, see if there's anything in there.
That's
Maybe who knows
It's a
if they're
good idea.
carrying stuff out, bringing stuff in. The more
Yeah,
information we have,
I'm
the
sure
more
whatever
possible.
they have, they stole, so we'd be liberating it.
Oh, I know goblins. You can't trust them as far as you can kick them. Which, last time I checked, it's about 6.5 feet. But that's not
I'm
really
sure I
far.
could beat
Zed
that.
just kind of looks at Gillis like, I could kick him.
Oh my god.
I bet you could.
All right.
I bet
Yeah,
you could.
yeah, Rogar looks up at him and is like, "Yeah, you'd win."
All right, I'm using the spell slot to
Okay.
cast it,
Dope.
and I'm gonna calm him down, talking to him softly. It's all right. We're not here to hurt you.
Oh, do you want me to voice the mule? I'll voice the mule. What the fuck is going on?
His team with
What?
Why is everybody dying? Oh my god.
Ah! Just like.
Yeah, we'll roll with that.
It's all right. Just breathe.
Hey, I heard him calling you Wilbur. But other than that, what's he say?
He's not really saying anything. He wants to know what's going on.
Well, ask him to give you information about nearby locations and monsters, including whatever they can perceive or have perceived within the past day. You might be able to persuade the beast to perform a small favor for you at the DM's discretion.
Well, before I can get that information, I have to calm him down, right?
Man, I ain't seen shit.
That was perfect.
She's like, look, you do what we tell you, or we turn you to glue.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Okay,
No,
DM, real quick, while she's like starting talking to the animals and we're getting these goblins like pinned against the side of the cart, I'm gonna peek into the backs of these carts and see what can I see inside them? Can I learn anything about what are they bringing?
Absolutely. What you are seeing is just a bunch of weaponry.
Uh-oh.
Like it's
Jesus.
all steel. It's all pole arms and swords and axes and just a bunch of stuff like that. You don't really see any armor. It's all weapons. And nothing really sticks out. Nothing looks like of any fine making or anything like that. It all looks like
Gotcha.
Basic-
A bunch of weaponry.
uh-huh.
All
All
right.
What do you
all
make of
three
this
carts
skill?
are full. All three carts are full. Like you get the impression that to have this much weaponry, 3 carts full of it, it's probably either been an like an ambushing operation, or maybe they raided an armory in a keep somewhere, or something along those lines, because this is an immense amount of weaponry. You wouldn't expect to see this much in one place at one time unless you were standing in an armory.
Well, what do you
Okay.
make? What do you make of this skill? I hope they don't have an army in there.
Is Illyria over here too?
Yeah, she's with all of you. Why?
Okay, so I'm gonna say, well, I just figured that Rogar would be over with Zeth, and so I'd probably say to Laria, like, looks like it's just weaponry. I don't know. I can't use any of this stuff. It's not going to help me out, but we'll pick through it, and then we'll probably leave it, stash it somewhere. We don't want no reason to come bearing gifts when we load these up and use them as a cover.
Well, the bigger concern is they were going towards the mine with weapons.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm glad that they're not going to have the weapons to fight us with, but we'll take them out of the carts. Is all I'm saying.
Well,
We'll
yeah.
stash them somewhere.
We should
But-
definitely like hide them in a big bush or something, so no one else gets them either.
Absolutely, that's what I'm saying. And the only other thing I want to say is before we take off from here, we should go ahead and when we get a chance, search the rest of these dead goblin assholes. See if they have anything on them of interest.
I agree. We probably should make sure we're not missing anything.
All right. Well,
I mean, like,
Rogar, yeah,
Yeah.
it's mostly weapons. Nothing very fancy. Yeah, we can pick through it, see if there's anything of value, but before we head off from here, we're probably going to want to stash them somewhere so that we're not carrying them with us.
Is it a lot of weapons?
Oh, it's a fuckload.
Oh. I see. Well,
It's enough for a small army.
let's hope that small army isn't inside the cave.
Well, if they are, I tell you one thing they don't have that we do. It's a bunch of fucking weapons.
I see what you mean. It's also possible that they were bringing it to, because, well, this is it's said to be a forge of some sort. Maybe they were just bringing materials that they could use to forge something.
Seth just kind of looks at them all. It's like, why don't we wake these two up and ask them? Then we can find out what they are for.
I doubt
where
they'd
they
tell
got
us anything, but we might as well
Well,
try.
You both make good points. Rogar, I hadn't considered that these were maybe not weapons to be brought to people waiting for them in the mine, but weapons to be brought to be, strengthened or improved. I think that's one of the most important things we could try to learn from these sleeping fuckers is, are these weapons to arm people that we're going to face? Or is this just the newest batch of input to some kind of operation that improves weapons?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Well, whichever one of you talks better get over here and start doing it because these guys will wake up soon enough.
Hey, you!
Since
Roach, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
since they're asleep, is this a good place to sneak in a fag?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know we were going to have another character.
What are we doing?
God damn it, Rogar, you made me fucking choke on my drink.
I like to go smoke, Nick.
I'm sorry, I had to.
I think you can. Is this a good point to unmask the doppelganger?
Oh, right, because you Americans think that fags are something different. That's right.
Oh, no, I got what you were talking about.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
you're
know what
saying
you're
take
talking
a
about.
Yeah, this would be a good spot for a smoke break because
Yeah,
we're going to shut down
that's fine.
in a little over an hour or so. Let's do a 10-minute. How's that sound?
Yeah, that's
Sounds
fine.
good to me.
Oakley dokley.
All right, see you guys back in 10.
Yep.
Seth's arms are going to be tired by then.
And Amelie is calming the donkey. And what's going on?
And Hrogar was about to bust up on these goblins right here.
Right, you dropped the sleep spell on them already, so
Yep.
they're awake and freaking the fuck out.
All right, foul creature. What brings you to these parts? Why are you here?
One goblin looks to the other and he says,
Did you hear that? He called us foul creatures. Did you smell his breath?
Hey, I never said I wasn't.
I'm just kidding. No. They,
Zeth just kind of looks at the goblins and is like, you better answer the questions or else much pressure it takes to make your heads pop.
What do you want to know?
Jeez.
Well, you see, there's all these
Strangely-
nice... What?
strangely, as big as Zeth is, they don't seem too intimidated by what he said to them.
Well, you seem to have all these nice shiny weapons here. Seems like you've got an army brewing up.
So one looks to the other one, and he looks back at them, and he says,
Weapons, you say?
"That's what's under there."
Can I roll insight?
Gil?
Sure.
Is he trying to bluff me here?
Sure, try.
We'll just have to try it too.
You totally
Alaria!
didn't know.
Alaria!
Oh, Zeth was doing inside as well.
Yeah. Zeth got
Yeah,
a
he got-
17.
Okay, Rogar totally buying that they didn't know what was under the blankets, but Zeth has a strange feeling inside that maybe they did know what was underneath those blankets.
Gil,
They definitely
I-
know.
I
Don't
don't-
let them fool.
I don't know.
Can
He
Gil
seemed
do-
pretty convincing.
Rogar,
Look,
just
I've
trust me on
I've
this.
known that goblins can be pretty blind sometimes. But
Okay.
my question
We
is,
got-
why would they try to hide it from these other goblins here?
Rogar, hold on a sec.
Huh?
Jeff, hold on. I've been in this kind of situation before. Let me tell you. And I look back and forth from one goblin to the other, like equally, and I say, I can tell which one of them's gonna crack. One of these two is about to tell us everything we need to know. All we gotta do is separate them. Here, and I grab one of them and pull them apart so that they're separate. Take one of them around the other side of the cart.
I'm sorry, but someone's breathing really loud into their mic.
It's Nick. Worried
No,
about
it's not.
money.
It's not me.
I think it's Whitebeard.
Me?
It
Yeah.
is. It is.
Or like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
are you like
it's
by some
definitely you,
wind or
Whitebeard.
something? Like,
No one, Emily's being really quiet over there.
I'm just breathing, but maybe my mic sensitivity.
it's-
Yeah, and
it's- it's
Emily's being
pretty
awfully
loud.
quiet. I wonder why you're breathing so heavy.
Jeez, guys, get a room.
Hey, we are in our room.
Ugh.
Ew.
I've had in my past plenty of experience interrogating goblins and other terrible monsters for information, and so I know that sometimes this method works, and I want to separate them and get them away from each other.
All right. While you're taking that other one away, I'm gonna turn back to the one you left and be like, well, he's probably gonna squeal on you as soon as he gets the chance. So why don't we make a deal, you and I? You tell me what we need to know, and I'll try to get this giant man here to not crush your head between his hands.
And I get this one around the corner, and I said, well, he's probably going to squeal on you, so or I'll get this tiny man here, and I gesture to Roach to punch your head repeatedly.
So
White, you cut out.
Yeah, you.
Not neither. We can't hear you. Still can't hear you.
I waited for it. I'm like, so,
Yeah.
How about now?
Yeah, you're
yep,
good.
there we
Yep.
go.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then you're gonna have to deal with my breathing, because
Oh no.
I don't know what else to do. Maybe if I here, can y'all still hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Well, maybe if I move the mic up a little bit, it won't catch my breath.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm gonna say, Rogar, you give me a persuasion roll, and Gil, you're sounded a little more intimidating. So give me an intimidation roll.
Wait. Before Gil makes his intimidation roll, can I try something?
Sure.
I'm gonna pull out one of the arrows that I rubbed the poison on,
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna show it to the weak. I'm gonna tell him about the poison that's on it, and then I'm gonna get it close to his skin, and I'm gonna ask Gil. I'm gonna say, "So, how long do you think it would take before the poison got to his heart?"
All right.
Oh,
So,
God.
then I'll say that you're aiding him, and he gets advantage on his roll.
Nick, flex your muscle.
You know what? Seth will.
Oh.
He's probably gonna pull the goblin off the cart real quick and then just slam him back onto it. Be like, so, I'm not hearing anything come out of your mouth.
The one that Gil's got, he's extremely intimidated. It looks like he'd tell you anything you'd want to know.
Is he like speaking loudly or yelling or anything? Anything that I could hear from where I am?
I would have pulled him away to where far enough away that you wouldn't have heard him.
Oh dang! I wanted to use that
Do
too.
I need to roll anything for my little?
He's helping, right? He's helping with the quote unquote persuasion.
Mine was probably more intimidation.
That was kind of after the fact, though. You'd already rolled and everything. Nobody thought of.
Well,
of
how about with him slamming him there? I'm gonna switch it around and be like, well, maybe he won't squeeze your head between his hands. Maybe he'll just rip out your spine. I wanna do it with intimidation.
Give me another roll then. Okay.
I mean, it's the same.
Does
as
mine
persuasion.
aid him?
Yeah. Cause, yeah.
Do it again.
Sweet.
Because you get advantage.
God damn it!
Okay. Anyway,
Oh God, you just thought.
So
Damn it!
what did my goblin do?
Your goblin's like, I'll tell you anything you want to know, and then from the distance you hear the other goblin yell at him, "Don't tell him anything! It's a trick!"
And by that
They're
time,
gonna
Zach
kill
was
us!
slamming the goblin's head into the freaking cart.
I pull the goblin further away, try to get him a little bit out of earshot. You know.
Okay. Well, regardless of what the other one told him, he's still highly intimidated.
Okay, good. So I say, what is the purpose of all these weapons you're carrying?
He says, I don't know. We're just doing what we were told to do. It says, honestly, I didn't even know what was under the blankets.
See, I told
Okay,
you.
This is one of the guys. This is one of the guys that was on the ground. He wasn't one of the drivers. He was just armed detail.
Where are you taking these weapons to? Let's start with an easy question. I already know the answer to some of these. This is to see if you're being honest with me or not. And every time I feel like you're not, my grip is gonna tighten. So, where are you headed with these weapons?
Down the path to the boulder.
And when you get to the boulder, then what do you do? This is another easy one for you.
We leave. We're just here to deliver. We don't
pull
know
up
what.
the boulder, you leave the carts, and you walk away.
No, we don't leave the carts. The orcs take the weaponry and we go back for another load.
Right, I already know that bit. So, and they move the boulder out of the way by, how do they do it? Let's make sure we're being honest with each other. And I squeeze him.
He looks extremely confused and says, "Moves the boulder."
Yeah, how did the weapons get into the cave? Don't let my wording fool you.
We're not there for that. I don't know.
So you're telling me
They pull the weapons off the cart, and we head back for another round.
that every time you've done this, and every time you know about, you leave before they opened up the cave,
What cave?
the boulder. What do they do with the boulder?
What is your fascination with this rock?
Okay,
You don't have to insight him. You definitely get the feeling that he has no fucking clue there's a cave there. He don't know
perfect.
shit.
Okay, perfect. I look at Roach and I say, hold his throat and make sure he doesn't make any noise. I'll be right back. And I go and walk around to the front of the wagon and I go, well, he told us most of what we wanted to know. I'm not even sure if it's worth our time to see if you have anything of value to save your life, but let's see, maybe you can come up with something that could make it worth keeping you alive. He told us about how the plan is to take the carts with the weapons in them over to the boulder. He told us about how the cave opens up, and I wonder if you can be trusted. Can you? Let's see. Can you be trusted to tell us the same thing? How does the boulder get out of the way so the cave gets opened up? Let's see if you're telling the truth or if you're a liar.
He's just staring at you slack-jawed, like he has no fucking clue what you're talking about.
Zeph just
Okay.
kind of looks at Gil and is like, boulder, no problem.
As he flexes his
Wait,
muscles.
What did you say?
He said boulder, no problem.
Well, if you don't want to answer that one, I'll give you one more chance because we already know how the boulder gets out of the way. He also told us that he didn't have nothing to do with this and that you were one of the chief goblins in charge of this operation. And he told us what the purpose of all these weapons was. I want to see if you can be trusted to be honest with us about that too.
Okay, this is the one that was failed to be intimidated, and he just starts laughing hysterically. He told you I was in charge.
And Zeph slowly tightens his
and
grip
this-
around his throat.
And he says, he says, a cave. How ludicrous! This he's making up stories, hoping you'll let him go. We don't know anything about a cave.
Oh, well, so far he's given us something useful, and you haven't.
Okay.
All right.
He didn't really respond to that.
Well,
All
it
right,
seems
but-
to me like
Zeph-
he's not going to give us anything useful. So,
No,
Zeph.
Zeph, this one's no good to us. Bring him over here.
Yep.
Drag him around the corner where the other one can put.
Zeph would just lift him off the cart and keep his grip around his throat with both hands and box him over to the
Hey.
other side.
Here's your buddy. He wasn't quite honest with us. Go ahead, Zeph. Get rid of him.
And he just squeezes his throat and pops his head off.
Okay.
Roach is,
Pokar like
Roach
averts
is
his
just
gaze,
sort
just
of
like,
burying the arrowhead into his throat as he holds him there to make him watch his friend die.
The guy was already
Jesus
massively intimidated, and now he's just horrified on top of it at the sheer brutality and gruesome nature of you guys' behavior.
Well, geez,
Okay,
you
I
didn't
want-
have to make
I
a
want-
spectacle out of it.
Roach
I walk back
sniffs the air and says, "Do I smell a shit?"
Oh, sorry, I
I
think I
walk
stepped
back
in
to him and
something.
I say, well, I'm feeling generous after this. I feel bad we had to do that. some people just can't be honest. So I don't want to have to do it again. Go ahead and we'll start with an easy one. Who is it that you're working for?
He
Keep
says,
in mind, he told us a lot of things before we came back around the corner.
well, we happen to be at the moment doing this for Count Duvant, but ultimately it's for the Black Spider. I thought you would have known that already, or I would have already said that.
What,
Oh,
did
no,
you
no,
think
yes.
we didn't?
We definitely knew that. This is a test for you. This is a test to see how trustworthy you can be. We knew it was for the Black Spider. Let's do one more test. Go ahead and tell us what you know about Count Devon.
Well, we don't know much. That's who we picked this up from to deliver it here.
Squeezing.
Huh?
I said, Roach, start squeezing.
Roach is burrowing into his neck with the arrow, and honestly, he's borderline breaking skin, so he just stops short there because the arrow tip has poison on it.
We know that you know more about Count Devon than that. We just talked to him, and he told us a lot about it. Let's see how honest you can be. What can you tell us that he already told us about Count Devon in order to make us trust you?
He says,
An answer, Roach says he wants to die for his master.
He says, my master's dead. Apparently some new people in the area killed our entire clan. We were the last of our tribe.
Oh yeah, sorry about that.
Just throw that out there. Yeah, sorry.
My bad.
He hears you say that, and then a whole new level of horror seems to sweep over his face. That he's confronting the party that slew his entire tribe.
Wait,
Yes,
what was it? What was his name? King? He was a bugbear of some sort, right? What was his name?
King Grohl.
Grohl.
There was a lot of goblins we slew. King Grohl was one of them we heard about from his friend over here. But yes, my friend exaggerates when he says sorry about that. That's not entirely true.
Gil, you don't have to lie to him.
Well, I'm not sorry.
Are we going to get any useful information out? Can we move?
Well, that remains to be seen. You get one more chance, and then you're dead. So, is there anything you could tell us that might be useful? And I swear to God that if it's useful to us, we'll let you go. Because look, what is one goblin is not gonna slow us down. We'll let you go, and you can retreat back to your life, steal away, and live comfortably. Just it's up to you whether there's anything more useful you have to say. 3, 2, 1.
He doesn't know what he's still in horror that he's face to face with the people who slaughtered his clan. He has no more. You get the feeling he has nothing else to tell you. That
Seth just takes his fist and slams it right into the thing's face and just looks at Brax and goes, "Save that arrow for something better."
And your fist finds its mark and just caves in his face, and it looks like a butthole now.
He's just like, "Yeah, we're done with this."
Gaping butthole.
All right, let's go. Let's take a look at these weapons and get them out of these carts and stash them somewhere where they won't be found by anybody but us.
Save those arrows for those armored orcs.
Okay.
So I want to I think we ought to drag the bodies of the goblins like off into the brush and hide them so they can't be seen by anybody who's not really searching. And also take the
Go ahead.
Oh, and also take the crates of weapons and shit. Unless there's anything anybody needs, I don't need any of this stuff. I want to take it and get it out of these carts and like stash it somewhere where nobody can find it.
Could Seth pick up these carts and just dump them?
We've got 30 bodies here. Let's replace the weapons with bodies. It'll be far more theatrical.
What does that mean?
I think he's saying like the party lay underneath the blankets where the weaponry used to be.
Oh, you mean with all bodies?
As far as stashing stuff, you're basically at the foot of the mountain, and there's some jagged rocks and things like that around, and you could probably hide the bodies because they're pretty small. But as far as crates of weaponry, I don't see how you would hide those in plain sight. There's not really any brush or stuff like that.
Can Seth just kind of pick up a cart and take it off the road a little bit behind like corner of the mountain kind of and just kind of dump it off?
Did you say the corner of the mountain?
Yeah, like right over here.
Mountains don't have corners, dude.
Whatever, the side in between the hill and the mountain. That way, it's kind of hidden.
So you're gonna walk it like fucking 3 miles?
Well, not 3 miles, but you know,
look at the map, dude.
I know, but just in between a hill and the
we're like right here.
Somebody dig a hole.
That'd be a pretty big hole. Why
I don't want to dig, but is there anywhere where we could just like find a bunch of bushes and just chuck the fucking weapons into the bushes?
It doesn't look like there's any bushes around here. Why don't we just kind of leave the weapons like off this trail, like maybe on the other side of this hill, and then come back?
That's a great idea. Could we load up all the weapons into a single cart? Even if it's overflowing, if we could fit them all into one cart, we could drag it over off the road, out of sight, and just leave it in one place.
Sure.
Well, let's do that then.
Okay.
Let it be done.
So I load big crates of weapons and empty out 2 carts because we only have 2 mules anyway. We're only taking 2 carts. The third cart that doesn't have a fucking mule, we just load all the weapons into it. And, we put all the weapons into one of the carts that has a mule and drive it over out of the way, out of sight, in the brush, in the trees. And then we unhook the mule, bring it back over to the empty cart. We got 2 empty carts driven by a mule.
Seth is sitting here lugging carts around like crazy, and you're like, we need a mule.
Rogar's like looking around, like, where are these bushes and trees coming from?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm laughing. I'm like, no matter how many times I say that's not around here, Gil keeps talking about these trees and bushes.
So there's no bushes and trees anywhere around.
It's barren. Is what I'm
getting.
It's
pretty barren in this spot you're in.
It's hills and mountain.
Yeah, it's hills and mountain. There's nothing there where you're at that would be
like
brush or trees or anything like that.
All right, I got one more. I got one more idea. Here's the thing, Amelie, you can talk to these mules. You can convince them of what to do, right?
Kind of, yeah.
I totally thought you were gonna be. I'm sorry. I totally thought you were gonna be like, Amelie, you're a druid. You can grow some trees or something, right?
I totally thought that's where that was going. I thought you were gonna have her grow a tree out of nowhere, or like plant growth or some shit.
Here's what I'm thinking. If the guards outside the boulder are expecting, maybe they're expecting 3 carts, maybe they're expecting 2 or 1, but if we put all the weapons in one cart, get Amelie to convince that mule to carry them all the way back to where they come from, we can just proceed with just the 1 cart, and nowhere nearby will there be a cart full of weapons, and we can just head on with the 1 cart.
No, take 2 carts. I'm going to throw one at them.
What?
I'm going to throw a cart at those freaking orcs.
What?
I mean, I wanna watch this because it sounds hilarious to see you try to throw a cart.
It sounded like you said you were going to throw a cart at orcs.
I am.
This I gotta see. I say, I say we bring the
Once we
second
surprise
cart.
them, one of these carts is going at them.
I say we bring the second cart just so we can watch him fail.
Or we could, I don't know, start taking at least half the weapons out and putting them along the side, burying them barely.
I don't feel like
That would
digging.
take too long. We're losing daylight here trying to figure out what to do.
Hey, all right, I got it. Here it is.
Just dump the carts out. Let's go.
This is Gil's last idea. Here it is. We take the cart that has no mule. We leave it here empty. We put in the second cart all the weapons pointed up, sharp ends pointed up, and then we lead that one with an empty cart in the front. And Zeth, you ride along at the back. We'll get up to where the rock is and the orcs, and we try to talk to them or do what we can. Maybe just kill them, but if everything goes to shit, you flip this cart up in the air and all the weapons come flying down.
Make it rain weapons. Yeah.
Gil,
Exactly.
I don't think that's how. Okay, I mean.
We're doing it. Shut up. Let's go.
Let's do it. We're doing it. All right. So we put.
I mean, who am I to talk? I threw myself down a mountain. Can't be
We
worse.
put
than
all
that.
the crates of weapons and blades and stuff. We put them all into the second cart.
Yeah.
We leave the empty cart with no mule behind, and we head off. And the front cart is empty, and the second cart has all the weapons in it. And following behind it, hidden out of sight, is Zeth.
Yep.
Rogar, did you never
Zeth.
heal yourself?
Oh, hold on. Let me get this. Zeth is hidden out of sight.
Well, Zeth is like on the back of the front cart.
Yeah, he's like riding on the back of the second cart.
Okay. I mean, is he under a blanket or?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, maybe he's inside it. Maybe hiding under a blanket.
Yes, he is with the ones with the weapons, hiding away from the weapons because he's going to use that cart as a fucking mobile weapon.
Yeah.
Roach wants to try and be stealthy and take the high ground.
Okay.
And don't worry about me, Larry. I'll be fine.
No, she's
I'll be
gonna hand you
fine.
one for healing
I've got
potions, and you're
two.
gonna take it.
I've already
I've got
two.
8, apparently.
Jesus Christ, what have you been doing?
So, I don't know. I don't know how I got them all.
Hey, you want to spare one of those for me too?
Well, I'm gonna.
So
Take it.
Emily wants to try. I'm gonna try and be
Hold on.
stealthy as
I'm
well.
gonna keep drinking potions until it feels good.
Can I have some potions?
I mean, yeah, I can give you one too.
guys, does anybody think we have time to just steal off to the side of the road and wait an hour?
No.
Well,
No,
it's
we're losing daylight.
it's officially dark now. With all the time that's been going on, the sun was already setting before you guys even attacked these goblins. And
Yeah, my point is these carts are coming from a long ways away. Like, is anybody going to be like, hey, these carts are 45 minutes late?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
No.
Well, I didn't
No.
expect
I'm saying, oh yeah, like I hear what you're saying.
Okay.
I don't know. I have no idea. I wouldn't imagine that.
I mean, this is wilderness. These carts are being driven by fucking idiotic goblins. Like, I would imagine that, like, random delays are kind of par for the course.
Well, not only that, but without an effective communication system like phones and shit, they probably don't even know that when that delivery's
That's
supposed to be
true.
coming.
They may have no idea that these carts are even coming.
Exactly. I mean, I'm sure they'd be expecting carts, but probably not knowing when.
This cart could
What
have been here
day
10
or-
hours ago. What the hell?
Since you're so injured, Rogar, maybe we could pull
Oh,
these
no,
carts
I'm-
off to the side and rest a little bit.
I'm feeling top of the morning.
Do you
right
need
now.
another one
No.
to like hold on to for later?
No, yes.
Okay,
How
you
much
have
is
another
it
one.
for? Is it 2d4 plus 2?
Yes.
Regular?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Okay.
can give you a macro if you want it. I have one made up where you can select which potion of healing you're using. Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we rolled pretty well on these potions of healing.
All right. Well, if you guys are good, then we can keep going.
You gave me one normal potion of healing, right?
Yeah,
I'm good.
that's all I had.
Oh, that's all you had.
Are you guys want to keep going rather than take a short rest?
No, I don't need a short rest. What are you talking about?
All right. Well, let's sally forth then. And so here's the layout: is that separately from us, creeping along up on the ridge, kind of, or like on the high ground, but not too far away, is Roach, right? And in the front cart, I'm sitting in the front seat, which I think could probably hold 2 people. So if anybody else wants to be in that seat, they can.
I want to be try to be hidden inside the court.
Are you cloaked on that seat?
Okay.
Trying to lead the mule around?
I can look like I can be under a blanket and like slouch down, like I can look like a goblin.
Yeah. Okay. And Zeth's in the back of the front cart.
Emily, I want to go stealthy and be kind of like Roach.
You got to probably roll for your dogs too.
Does that mean that I need to take the second cart?
Somebody's got to.
Hogar and Allie.
You can join me in here, Ilaria. And he just pats
the loaded with weapons and
Yeah.
Zeth. That front cart's very.
Are you kidding me? What is with my rolls?
Who's gonna drive the cart that is pulling Zeth?
I thought that was you. You said you're in the first cart.
You're in the second cart. The first cart's
I'm in
empty.
No, the first cart was the one full. The empty one's
No.
Other way around. The second cart
Second
had the
cart's
weapon.
full.
Why are you making Zeth throw it further?
Oh well, we can do it that way too. I'm just telling you how I said it, but that doesn't have to be how it is. I mean, we can put the weapons in the first cart. I'm fine with that.
I think it should be the first cart because
that makes sense.
When the orcs come to be like, well, what are you bringing? Well, they're gonna want to check it, so they're gonna open it and try to look.
Gil would
be gonna be out before they even try to look because he's gonna be on the other side.
Gil is
flipping it
easily
over.
convinced by that. So the first cart has the weapons in it, and Gil is one of the people sitting in the driver's seat. He could do it himself if nobody else wants to be there. In the back of it is Zeth hidden. And who else is hidden in the first cart?
Nobody.
No one.
No, the
Because
first cart.
it's too much weight as it is.
And who's driving the second cart?
That's a good question.
Rogar, drive the second cart.
Do I have like a cloak or something that I could use to try to disguise myself at least a little bit?
Oh yeah.
I
You have your
mean,
red cloak?
I never took.
You got the
mine.
red cloak and you got the blankets
Allie
and stuff.
does. You can borrow her red cloak.
Athena,
Ugh.
come here.
It probably smells nice and pretty like her.
Yeah.
Wait, it smells like Ilaria. He snatches it up and like deep breath, just.
Oh my
I'll
god!
do it.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh my god!
Nice.
No, he puts it on begrudgingly and climbs up into the driver's seat and kind of hunches down, tries to make himself a bit smaller.
All right. So Gil's
Still
driving the
hiding in the
first
back.
cart, and hiding in the back of it under a blanket is Zeth. The second cart's being driven by Rogar, and hiding in the back of it is Ilaria.
Yeah, she's
Yes.
gonna sit in the back.
And
Rex and MLA are in the hills hiding.
yeah, they're traveling along adjacent to us, but at a distance, right?
What about Dumbass 1 and Dumbass 2?
They're probably up there
You're
with
gonna have
Brax
to be
and,
more specific.
They're with Brax and
Gundren
MLA.
and Sildar.
They're with Brax and MLA.
Really? I don't know. I think
Gundren being right
I don't
up
think
front
they'd
with
be
them.
there.
I think we ought to keep them hidden, probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is him.
Maybe they should be.
No, but
they should be.
I
in
mean,
the cart with
maybe in the
Ilaria.
second cart.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Ilaria,
Put 'em
like
up
hidden
close
in
to
the
the
second
back.
cart.
There's gonna be a three-way going on underneath that sheet.
God damn it.
No, there's not.
That puts them up close with the battle. I thought we wanted possible, where Brax and Emily.
Well, I just don't feel like they're safer out there than they are down here with us.
Yeah, we can't protect them out there.
Brax and Emily are back there. Sheesh. It's not like you're gonna go charging off toward.
Yeah, but they don't have any cover or anything or any kind of disguise like we do down here.
And I as much as Roach is
We're gonna
amazing on
be-
offense, I don't think he's quite so good on defense.
Either way, they're still further away, and as soon as we get there, we're gonna be in a fight anyway.
Well, I mean, keep in mind that they might not be anything super special, but they're not, defenseless peasant women either. I mean, they're armed, trained fighters.
Hey, defenseless peasant women, get in this cart.
Well, here's what Gil has his own feelings about it, but so does Zeth and other people. I would, if we were disagreeing about it, I would turn to Sildar and Gundren and say,
what do you want to do?
Where are you going to ride?
Gundren says,
Well, you see, I figured we'd let y'all head up the front, and we'll pull up the rear.
as he starts to pull up the blanket and get underneath the blanket in the second cart.
I thought he was like pulling up his britches, like we'll pull up the rear, and like pulls up his rear.
Oh God!
Okay,
He's a
second cart
rock
it is.
seeker.
All right, let's get going.
All right, let's do it.
Come on, Sildar.
And they are going to the front of the cave with the carts.
Yay.
Okay, guys, so it's nice and dark at this point. I mean, it's moonlight.
We should be able to catch them with their britches down.
Do goblins have dark vision?
Goblins do have dark vision. So do orcs.
Okay, good. Then we shouldn't have any
works.
lights. Wait, but Gil's driving. This is a problem.
We can have dimly lit torches.
But goblins wouldn't need torches.
Does
We
that
only
mean
have the
I
ladies.
should probably
and the
drive
dwarf.
the front cart?
Okay, then there we go.
Okay, so wait. Then Ilaria's driving the front cart?
Yep, Gil in the second cart.
Well, okay. No, if
Wait,
Ilaria's driving in the front cart, I'm hiding in the back.
Why
I'm
doesn't
hiding in the back.
Rogar drive the front cart?
Or
And then
Roger
Gil
can drive the front cart and I'll drive the second cart.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, let's do that.
So the front cart's driven by Rogar. Ilaria, are you in the back of the front cart or the second
No,
one?
I'll be with the
Okay.
second cart with you and the dumbasses.
The
Okay.
front cart cannot handle any more weapons and Zeth because that is a lot
Okay.
of weight.
And the front cart is just Rogar and weapons, right?
Yep.
And
Zeth.
The second cart's being driven by Ilaria or me?
Whichever, doesn't matter.
Okay, I'll drive the second one. In the back is Ilaria, Sildar, and Gundren.
Yes.
Correct.
Go. Okay.
And Brax and Amelie are up on the hill, right?
Yep, doing their stuff. Now we're going.
Cool. We did it.
Okay.
Might take us 50 tries.
Because Allie can just poke her head out from behind the back of the cart and help guide Gil.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
Well, that's the rear cart, correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
I don't need you to
Rogar-
do that because I'm just following Rogar.
Exactly.
No, he should be able to see that far, huh?
The,
Yeah.
the moonlight's good enough to where he can see the cart in front of him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, that's the plan?
Yep.
That's the plan.
Going.
Okay. So, as you guys are approaching, you're about 100 feet out, and who has dark vision and who doesn't?
Rogar has dark vision.
Does. Allie does.
I
Emma
do.
And Brax. Or no, not Brax. That's it. The other three of them do.
Okay. Those of you that have dark vision, you can't really see the orcs straight out as far as that you can tell that they're orcs. But you do see figures, silhouettes, enough to see that there's 4 figures ahead of you. And at this point, anybody who would be on the carts, short of surprising them that you are under the blankets, you wouldn't be able to surprise them in the aspect of your approach because the carts are making noise.
Well, yeah.
And
we weren't trying to be stealthy with the carts.
Right. And how far behind or next to or what is Roach and Amelie?
They're up on the hill, I believe.
Well, that's up to them, I guess. But yeah, they're separate.
They're up towards the hill, just providing like overhead
Up on the
watch.
hill high enough that I'm going to be in a pretty good distance, like maybe at least 100 feet away of where I would think that I would intercept the 4 people, and then try and stay hidden up in that range.
Okay. Keep in mind though, if anything goes down and you're gonna want to go into attack mode, you're not gonna be able to see them.
Yeah, you don't have dark
It's
vision.
okay, Seth's
It's
got
okay
that
if something goes down, we can always just have someone cast light.
Okay.
Seth has torches.
I mean,
Or
even if
torches,
I
that
was
also.
closer, I can't see like night vision lights anyway, so I would have to wait until someone lights something up.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
that'll be the,
cool.
that'll be the signal.
Okay. All right. So as you guys are approaching, the 4 that are standing guard, they don't really seem to move much. As you get closer and closer,
I don't think it's gonna do anything, but I want to use divine sense.
Okay.
Just like in case they're like fiends or some shit.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a thing that happens.
It just happens in case there's undead about.
Yeah, like undeads, fiends, or celestials. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Within 60 feet.
And you also see places that may have been consecrated or desecrated.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you don't really see anything.
Yeah, I figured, but you never know. I don't want to get spooked.
Right. So as y'all are approaching, y'all are about we'll say about 60 feet out now, and that's when the guards seem to pay a little more attention to you. They heard you coming, and they saw the silhouette of all that, but now they can see. And who's guiding the first cart? Rogar?
Rogar.
Okay, but you've got the red cloak over you.
Yeah.
Okay. They don't really see that the cloak's red, but they do notice that although you might not be overly tall, you look pretty large to be a goblin. So it does look a little off, and it piques their interest. Like,
suck it in, Rogar.
Yeah, like what's going on here?
It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to be a little thinner when you're wearing, metal plate armor.
Right. And as you're approaching, you hear one of the orcs go, "Who's there?"
We bring the weapons, the shipment from. What was it? The Duke? It was the Duke, right?
Yeah, I think
the
so.
Duke.
He says,
the Duke.
Duke. Shit, what was it?
What Duke
was
is
it?
this?
Guys, freaking Seth.
We bring the shipment.
We bring the shipment.
So they're
I just
all
have to
four
take a
approaching.
fat Duke after. I'm sorry. Look.
Seth just shakes his head. As he's hearing fucking Rogar like fail, he's sneaking out the back end of the cart where they can't see him.
It sounds like you need to roll some stealth.
Yeah.
He should.
Definitely.
Should he have advantage because he's so far back and it's
And
dark?
I'm distracting them as best I can.
Yeah, they've got a lot of disadvantage at being able to notice him, I would think.
Of being able to notice Zeth?
Yeah, back
He's
two
quiet.
carts back, sneaking out the back in the dark while they're
But I
being
thought-
distracted.
Wait, it's
He's
only
in
one
the front
cart.
It's only one
Dude.
cart. He's in the front one, or the back of the front one.
No, he's not. He's in the second cart.
No,
No,
he's in the
the
front
The
cart.
first cart's
In
the
the
one
first
with the
cart.
weapons.
The second
with the
cart is the
weapons.
one with Amalek.
Oh, my bad. Well, nobody fucking pointed out that I left that detail out of my.
You keep leaving it out anyway.
Alright, so you're trying to move out from behind the cart and do what?
Just stay behind the cart. That way, like, where they can't see him, like, they're busy with Rogar and...
You're using the cart as cover so that they can't see you?
Oh, yeah. He's, like...
Okay. Well, go ahead and give me a stealth roll so that we can see if you can maneuver out of the back without them noticing the blanket moving and all that. And you get to do it with advantage.
Oh, with advantage? Okay.
Oh, good thing. God damn it.
And
Oh
you
my
failed.
god!
That's okay.
And
Give him the inspiration.
No.
there was 4 of the orcs that once you started saying the Duke and all that. By the way, it's the Count. The Count Devon.
God damn it.
Oh, fuck. I thought it was the Duke, too. I was like, what? He's saying it right. What's the problem?
That's why I was like, guys, this is the Duke. I don't know if it's the Duke.
So,
You're like, no, I gotta take a Duke.
Yeah,
and
I
they're
gotta
like,
take a
but
fat
it's the
Duke.
fucking Count.
Well, they could see, but...
So when you said the Duke, you caught all of their attention, and they all started to move toward you. They hadn't drawn any weapons or anything like that until they saw Zeth bust out of the back of the.
He didn't bust out of it. He just kind of fell out of it, apparently.
Well, however he did it, they saw his big ass get out of the back of.
He looked like Ace Ventura climbing out of the ass of a rhino.
Right.
Oh.
And the one that seems like he's in charge, the one that beckoned to you from the beginning, says, "What kind of trickery is this?" And they all pull their swords
Trickery.
out at this point.
No trickery for me. No.
Fuck it.
All right.
Zeth
Guys.
is like already behind the cart, ready to fucking topple it over on these guys.
All right.
Rogar like casts off the cloak like majestically, and then he like on my first turn I'm gonna cast a spell.
All right, well, jump off the fucking cart.
Well, Rogar, let's go ahead and see how majestically you casted that.
Okay.
Make a majestic roll.
Yep. Definitely
Roll for
majestic roll.
I'm gonna is it just D20 for majestic majesticosity?
Charisma.
Charisma.
Yeah.
Performance. Give me performance.
Performance.
Hell
Do
yeah.
performance.
Performance.
Can I?
Oh, it rolled like right over the 18. Come on.
Can I assist with? Can Gil assist with how badly he wants this to look majestic?
Where is Gil?
Gil is driving the second cart, and he's praying for only like the second time ever to Marhammer Doom.
So you're praying to Mortimer. Okay, so call to Mortimer Doom, and let's see. Roll me a straight D20, and let's see if he hears your call. Anything 14 or above, and if so, then you'll somehow aid.
Yes!
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's my boy. That's my boy.
So you aided him, and he'll get to roll one
the
more
glory
time.
of Marhammer Doom shines down upon me. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And the cloak goes flying, and the radiance of Marhammer Doom is upon Rogar as he casts divine favor on himself.
And Rogar says,
Should have like the most cheesy fucking thing, like Marhammer Doom will bring your ruin. No, like as he casts it off, he's just, death comes upon you tonight.
"Let me give you a suggestion, dude.
Yeah, what up?
You said you wanted axes.
What?
Wait, you said you wanted weapons, and then you fucking pull out your weapon, dude.
Or just get off the cart so freaking somebody...
Dude, just say something cool. Come on.
I tried, man. Jeez.
Why you gotta pick on poor Rogar like that? Leave him alone.
Come on, man.
I'm just saying, Gil losing faith. He's losing faith.
Zeth is waiting. Is gonna
Hey,
put
wait,
the
but
shit
we
on
can't
Rogar.
start. I can't start a combat right here though. I'll have to sit this one out if y'all are gonna keep playing because it's 12:30 already.
Yeah, we were gonna wrap
It's
it up.
12:30 already.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll call it here. Right.
Cool.
As,
I have a
we're
week
about
to
to get in the shit.
I have a week to come up with something cooler.
Oh, absolutely. Let's rewind like 7 seconds. Rogar has not quite thrown off his
I'm keeping that 19 though.
Yet, but he's ready to do it.
You're keeping that. Oh yeah, your performance.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Hey, but before we go, I want everybody to go ahead and roll for initiative.
Sure.
So that we have our initiative up for when we come back.
That's what's up right there.
No, that's better than last time. I'll take it. Oh my gosh, Rogar, there are people below you in the initiative order.
This is weird. I don't know what's going on.
What is this madness?
Is that everybody? I don't see Emily.
She did.
Emily!
Do I get to throw the cart as a surprise? Damn it!
I don't think,
we should definitely don't
they're
forget about.
surprised by you.
Well, either way, he's still gonna do it.
Well, sure.
Look
It's
at
just
Gil
not
with that
surprising.
nat 20.
Well, still, I mean, they're still far away. He's gonna fucking do it before they get there. That way, he can hit them all and not just one, or at least try.
I love how Rogar has a -1 to initiative.
Yeah. like anyone who rolls 20 or above, I literally can't beat you. Just like
I'm just listening. I haven't heard anybody say my name.
Roll initiative.
We have said your name.
You fell asleep, girl.
I've never done that before.
Yes, you have.
Okay.
Don't worry,
So
I have a light spell, so I can actually cast light on something for free.
All right. So we have our initiative order. We're good. All right. This is where we shut down, guys. At the entrance to the caves.
Dun dun dun.
Nice.
Gil lights Brax's pipe.
All right, y'all.
Good night, guys.
Yeah.
Night, Brax.
That was
See you next
fun.
week.
Now I gotta fucking work.
Fun stuff.
You were.
Have fun, bro.